like a worm in the storm. A hungry hunger inside of me. I can't be reborn. I'm a monster, spreading hate, stealing time. I'm a monster, laying beds when it's cloudy. Oh, pilgrim inside of me. Tell me, what's my remedy? I'm a fraud, call me lion. A true psychopath, don't love me. When you're lost, take your trust. Yeah, that's me.
Going out to all the upstarts, rabble rousers, change makers, and those who are just here for a revolution, you are tuned in to WNLR Neon Lights Roleplay for another episode of The World Within You, our bass boosted, spray paint splattered take on Voidheart Symphony by Minerva McJanda. For the next few hours, we will flip like shadows between the urban playgrounds and nightmare mindscapes contained within, well, any major city in North America. If you enjoy Persona, Psychonauts, or seeing the wicked bend before the uncompromising ideals of the young, superglue that dial right where it is. Before the main event, be aware that Voidheart Symphony and the story we are about to tell will be one that meditate on the very real evils, both great and small, that people subject each other to. While our players have access to safety tools and a mic in the booth, if you're catching our show over the airwaves, know ahead of time that we might touch on difficult topics. Listener discretion is advised. If you feel uncomfortable for any reason, you can always cut the feed and jam to something that soothes your soul, hopefully rejoining us and our renegades later. For this episode in specific, we may cover policing, policing underage people, police brutality, police protest tactics, gentrification and redlining, homelessness, misogyny, living martyrdom, and racism. Now, I've prattled on for long enough, and we have a digital studio absolutely bursting with talent. So please allow me to introduce this fabulous cast. Please tell us who you are, who you're playing, what your playbook is, and tell us how your character is stealing their resolve in the face of what happened at the protest. Let's start. Let's start with you, Milan.
Oh, well, hello. As was just mentioned, my name's Milan, also known as not Mallard on the internet anymore, actually. That changed. I forgot about that. I was about to do my usual spiel. But, I'm going to be playing Jovan tonight. We both use they, them pronouns, and the playbook that Joe uses is the Heretic, and also is the Magician Arcana. As for stealing resolve, I think genuinely Joe just comes out of the dark room as, like, having set up all of the photos of the protests to develop, right? And has made copies and all that, just for backups. Just slings the camera with a new roll, pops in the film, and just sits and waits for the rest of the rebels to decide what to do. For once, this is no laughing matter. Stone silent.
All right. Let's slide to the left and talk to Michelle.
Oh, hello. It's me, Michelle. I don't exist on the internet, so don't go looking for me there. But today I will be playing your friendly neighborhood cat who is a little pissed off today. Sushi, he, him, pronouns, so don't forget. And Sushi is the Inhuman, as well as the Star Arcana. As for what Sushi's doing, well, he's currently not making biscuits, but sharpening his claws up against, scraping it against the side of a wall. Very, very annoyed, but ready to not only provide comfort, but maybe claw out some eyes. A lot of them.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's flip over to the far side of the screen. Land the Dan. It's all you.
Hello, I'm Lan the Dan. I play Scott Reiser, the Watcher. He, him. And I guess what sticks out to Scott as someone whose, I guess, main role in the group has been like information gathering and just like not surveillance, but like gathering like intelligence, is just how much Adam Cook has been willing to just distort the truth in the name of what he still insists on calling justice. And I guess to steel himself for the upcoming confrontation, I guess Scott is just letting himself be angry about the hypocrisy of it all.
Hell yeah. Sometimes you just gotta be fucking mad. All right. Next up, we're heading one floor higher. Tate.
Well, hello Twitch and hello Internet. My name is Tate Washburn, and today I am playing Jordan Karsten, the Harlequin, who I think, to sort of steal himself, he was pretty shaken already from Adam Cook literally entering their hideout and like venting and not feeling great about any of that. And I think he's doing something very repetitive. And most of the time, it would be something like he has sort of this like magic equivalent of a timing box that's used in fencing of like testing your reaction speed. But he's actually grabbed his guitar that I think he's probably just like left here most of the time. Or if there's time to go back to his place, he'd grab that and he'd have a strap on. And he's like just running through a series of chords. Like he's not as good as Scott, and he has learned a lot from Scott. And he's trying to do the most complicated series of notes he can. Just this repetitive motion. It's like not plugged into a speaker. It's really just for him. And it's just kind of like focusing in the corner.
Finally, the person who has had the most going on in last session, Leona.
Whoops-a-doodles. Hello, everyone. My name is Leona. You can find me all over the internet at the Leona Maple. Today, I am playing Neela. She uses she, her pronouns, as well as star pronouns. Stars pronouns. She is formerly known as the Provider. Today, she's wearing a blazer, because she's coming at you as the Authority. I think jumping at the cops and fighting them 1v30, we were like, yeah, that probably calls our playbook change. So Neela is now the Authority, and she is here to lead the revolution. This is fine. Hopefully. I'm so nervous. I'm so hyped. I'm so nervous.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be
great.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And I, of course, am your game maestra. I am your game facilitator or GF. I will be taking these wonderful players through it's going to be a pretty fun set of encounters. They have a lot of interesting stuff in their back pockets from last time. How much they remember that they have available to them. Yeah, so with that, sit back, relax, and enjoy the world within you. I picked the wrong one. I clicked the wrong one. I'm so sorry. So, have you ever flipped the channel between news stations? and seen the same story on every channel that you come across. Sometimes our society pauses everything to spend a moment focused on something that we all agree is important. Now, from station to station, they'll disagree about what this thing means, what the right course of action is. And that's normal. That's human. In a breath, all eyes are focused at a fulcrum, at a turning point. Every news station in Etteridge City, nationally even, is getting picked up across the whole of the country. The events of the protest. The 36 shots and the escape of the fugitive and the subsequent collapse of the protest. In the moment's sense, the hour's sense, Etteridge City has become a complex, layered battlefield ideologically. And there are as many people out as were at the protest, moving both overtly and covertly against police. And the same motifs come up again and again. A young girl holding a glaive and the number 36. People are starting fires in dumpsters. Police are swarming on any activity that they notice. And many of them, in many neighborhoods, are meeting resistance from all quarters. Bottles thrown from windows, spikes set out, attempting to puncture the tires of the cars. Resistance is unilateral. Who needs 36 shots to save themselves from a teenage girl? You all are deciding what you need to be doing now. And I believe the way forward is finding a way into the police station. So, what's the plan? You got some sneaking to do. You got to move from one area of the city to another and get into arguably and ostensibly the most well-protected place in the city. What's the plan? What's the angle of approach?
Well, I feel like, just to kind of set the scene a little further, I should mention, Neela, over the course of the last couple hours, has started to look a little different. I think her clothes have changed to slightly darker tones. But also, organizational charts and pinboards have started to appear on the walls of the hideout, as well as minions.
When you say minions, what do you mean?
I think they are... I'm hesitant to say people because I don't know if Neela wants to involve other people. So I'm wondering if you can help me figure out who these minions are. But I do think she has found a way to gather information about what's going on the streets for herself, like an actual ears to the ground, without her having to go out there because she's scared if she steps out of the hideout that she'll be noticed, right?
What if they're marigolds, like living plants?
It's a plant
Dude, I love
network.
you. Yes, it's a plant network. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm fine. Everything's fine.
It's like vines
yes.
holding the pinboards up and then just like
Yes.
flowers opening up and just giving out notes,
Thank
maybe?
Thank you. Yes. Oh my god, yes. 100% a plant network. Because yeah, she loves plants, and her social media handle, if it was real, would be at Mandela's and Marigolds, because that's her graffiti style. Yeah, absolutely. And so there are these little marigold minions. They're kind of little magical little dudes, right? Some of them are kind of walking around. Some of them are like little vines. For some reason, she is able to understand them, and I think they're able to like pass notes to folks that maybe can't understand them. But yeah, Neela's kind of at the center of like the hideout. Almost feels like a operations HQ right now, almost, because she is intent. Like, she is pacing back and forth, and she is intently focusing on receiving as much data as she can. She is definitely freaking out a little bit about how big of an impact her actions have had. Like, she was comforted by the team in the last episode, and now she's seeing that she's made national news, and she's like, fuck, my parents are gonna kill me, shit. Like, this is so much deeper than she ever intended to go, you know?
Importantly,
Yeah.
as far so. Just to remind you, as far as you know, only one person definitely recognized you last episode.
Yeah.
All of the news footage is at such a distance and so difficult to analyze. And you were moving so fast that right now, you're just an unnamed culprit.
Yes. And while that is true, Neela can't see it that way, right? She knows that she is safe. Yeah, like that's super fair point. Like but she also knows that she is safe because no one other than her parents who are gonna kill her whenever she eventually gets home. No, but the fact remains that she knows that she did a thing that had a shockwave at the national level, and that's a lot to sit with. And she's kind of like, oh god, you know. So yeah, those are the changes that have kind of happened to the hideout in the last couple of hours. And I will leave it there for the other folks to kind of jump in on.
Out of curiosity, this news coverage, does it seem to have connected the person who tased Adam Cook with Magical Girl with a glaive? Or is it just Magical Girl with a glaive?
That's not the story. Yeah, the story is
so no images
this
of
person who leapt police lines.
Okay. That gives us more leeway.
I guess
there is there is footage that includes that moment, but like Nilo is down on the ground when that situation happened. So the footage basically shows like a pocket opens up near the front, and then somebody leaps out of that pocket.
All right. Yeah, in terms of prepping for this, I think Jordan has now slung the guitar like upside down on his back, and I'd like to bring that into the castle with me, if that's possible, as a resource.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then it's like, well, I don't know about you guys, but it seems like the chaos of this situation is maybe the best cover we're gonna have.
Yeah.
Joe has changed into like a oversized slate gray hoodie and just hands out, like grabs a couple of bandanas from somewhere, just like face masks if anyone doesn't have any. Let's not get filmed again, probably. So, yeah.
I'll take one.
I'll try not to take all the attention again.
No, you did great.
I'm kidding.
Sushi's gonna look at the face mask, look at
Hold on.
his paws, and just go. And like
gonna
try
say-
to put it on his ears.
After watching that, I'll grab a bandana instead and just tie it around your neck so that it looks cool.
Oh.
All right.
I'll grab specifically a red one so it's a video game reference.
Yes.
Hey.
A video game reference or another protest reference?
That too.
That too.
All right. Second point of
Order?
do any of us know how to? Yeah. Sorry. Oh, you didn't say that. Sorry, I was trying to do that in character. It's like,
Oh,
so
my
second
bad.
point of order. A second point of whatever. Do we know a way to like get there? That's not just walk down the street.
I have a key.
Why
Does
would
any of
we
us know
walk?
like
We'd skate.
elaborate? Yeah, all right, but again, not just down the street. Is there like a? Do anyone know like a building like way through the city? We could just like try and do that instead.
I have something for you if you'll take it.
Yes.
I was gonna say, do we have a map of the old tunnels for when this subway system?
I'll do you one better.
That's what I was wondering.
The elevated train has stopped running. They've lost power to it. And it's not, to be clear, it's not elevated train in like the New York sense. It's elevated train in like the Seattle monorail sense, where there's just these big like 3.5 foot wide like tubes of concrete with nothing on top of them. When I say tubes, I mean it's a rectangular prism that curves.
Yeah.
For the geometry nerds in the audience.
Rectangular prism.
It could be a tube here. Yeah.
That works. We can do that too.
That works.
I'm imagining the TV comes on and just gives us that, like, it's still playing, it just says that out loud to what Jordan asked. It's like, huh.
That's
Thank you,
real
definitely
handy.
Not, thank you's definitely not sentient TV, and I'm gonna pet it like a dog.
Everything in this place is magic. For all we know, it's gonna start
Is
talking.
it-
We have plant friends now.
Sentient. Don't forget, the hideout now has sentience.
That's
That
true.
too. That
Is it an old
too.
CRT so that when I run my hand, or tube TV so that when I run my hand over the front, it actually feels fuzzy a little bit?
Oh man, those old TVs.
TV dog.
Anyone with
I was
issues
just
with the
a
plant?
TV dog.
Yeah, just in character. All right, so anyone have a problem with the plan? Speak now or forever hold your peace, I guess.
Hey, I think it's worth mentioning. If something happens here in the real world, how far are we gonna go to defend ourselves? Should we get like a baseball bat or something each?
I mean,
Worth a
all of us have.
consideration.
It's true, but all of us have the ability to turn into magical bat. I know it's mostly Ben Nila that has done this, but
Sorry.
no, it was a good plan. Again, I would have done the same thing. And I did actually with Adam Cook. I think that's probably gonna be a better defense than a baseball bat, but
Yeah.
Okay. I think
Should I go for
just
the eyes?
probably worth
I
a
wouldn't
mention.
blame you if you wanted to bring one. And just
Yeah.
I don't know that I'll be able to do much damage with one, to be honest. So becoming a magical badass it is for me.
Doesn't hurt to have a bit of both. One of us brings a bat, one of us brings a glaive.
Right. Because I've done the whole using our powers up here thing before. It doesn't feel great. And well, it feels great while you're doing it, but the second it's over, then, you know.
Baseball bat it
Be
is.
punished, so.
Right.
Sorry, that laugh was out of character. I think Mila can like turn to her minions and be like, "Can you help us find a baseball bat?" And there's just like these little plant creatures. It's very Studio Ghibli, like, and they're just like,
I
and
actually prefer like a good old just knuckle duster if you got that. I can slip that in my pocket easy. I'm talking to the minions.
I feel like there's some plant hands that just go boop boop, like they just nod, like run off.
I feel like
and
the baseball bat is an easier request than the knuckle dusters. They'll come back with a roll of quarters.
That works.
What?
It's good fist pack.
Ah.
Plus you can huck it if you need to.
True.
Plus,
And if you're
just in
Resident
case,
Evil, you can
you
use it
ride
as
the
ammo.
bus.
Hey. Good purpose.
I have a spring-loaded quarter pack for. God, I go to arcades too much. I imagine it's one of those.
Hell yeah.
Got some
Hell yeah.
local arcade branding on it. Also, completely plausible deniability. I wasn't planning to do violence.
I was just going to the
I'm going to the pinball arcade.
Very
Thanks,
people
Russ.
planned.
That's terrifying. I'm going home, officer. I promise.
You run
Okay,
into the
called
one
Mean
cop
Pinball.
who's seen the Music Man. Who's like, I know pinball machines. They're bad news. Oh wait, no, that was
In fact,
cool.
they were
Shit.
considered gambling. Pinball machines were considered gambling for like most of the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s in a lot of states. It's wild.
Damn.
It was very nearly completely banned in New York, but the guy who ended up being the producer and sealing the deal for the production of the NBA Jam arcade cabinet played pinball live for like an hour and a half in front of a jury to prove that like you can.
It's a game of skill. Yeah.
It's a game of skill. Yeah, it's a wild story, complete tangent, but now you know.
Now we know.
I wasn't gonna go on that tangent.
No,
but I
it's
do know
half the
that.
battle.
Well, this is actually
Hey,
important
let's go.
now because we know
Uh,
that
All right, yeah, go.
we know that Jordan's powers don't work on pinball machines.
That's true.
It's true, they're not gambling.
Their one weakness.
The only one. Anyways,
But they'll work in a Dave and Buster's, so.
I imagine the arcade place with this thing is called Mean Pinball, just to reference the song.
Eh.
I like it. I like it.
Anyways. Tally-ho
From
or whatnot?
from that legendary rock opera, Timmy.
Exactly.
By the what?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't what?
By the way,
Okay. Let's have y'all. Let's do some freeform narration. Y'all are making your way downtown on your gear.
moving
Uh,
fast.
Yeah.
Walking
Tell me
around.
what it looks like. Be cool. Be badasses.
Oh man.
So, I imagine, if I'll just start off, because I always have an idea, of there's got to be a rail entrance somewhat nearby. And so in my head, Jordan on his rollerblades sort of is darting out in front because he just assumes he's going to be the least notorious one here since he was just in the back doing card tricks. What are you going to arrest me for being good at close magic? And so he's sort of look-outing until they get to that spot, and then he just sort of gets Joe over to pick the lock to get into this place.
Well, I think I pull out my tumblers and then I remember that Neela has key.
Well, no, to the railway first.
Railway first.
Oh, right. Yeah, easy. I grab
Unless it's
a
not locked.
shim and
Actually,
a
let's
rake
just
and I
check it.
Is
Just gonna
it
check
I
it real
grab a
quick.
shim and a rake and I look at it and I'm like, this lock is old as hell. I just kick it off.
So it works.
What do you ride there?
Oh, right. Joe's got the funny setup of like being able to essentially an apparatus that like hooks onto the shoe
Yeah.
so that I don't so I
yeah.
have like basically these little boards that grip into the tread of my combat boots, and so I can skate and then also just take them off and not be rolling everywhere.
Nice. Yeah, they've got like a quick release that you've set up so you can like stomp a certain part of them and they just pop open.
Every once in a
Yeah.
while, they accidentally pop off while you're going. It's like, ah!
Well, when I first got them, I think Joe
Hey, they
fell
ghost-
like at least once a week.
But now Jonah knows how to ghost ride them.
True.
Ah.
No, well, I think there's like a 10% success rate.
Fair enough.
Right.
Scott, what are you riding to get there?
Oh man.
It can't be a bike.
Scott-
Doesn't have to be weird.
I mean, it
Can't
can
be a
just be a bike.
Skateboard, scooter.
I was actually
Skateboard,
gonna.
scooter.
I was actually gonna say scooter. Scott seems like
Yeah.
a scooter guy,
Yeah.
An electric one or like a razor?
like a razor.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Love
yeah.
it. And then Neela, are you still BMXing it?
I'm just thinking about like Kolyoko. And I'll go through
Yeah.
the swords.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel hesitant about Neela taking a bike. I think I don't know if she's good at skateboarding though.
Give me a
She
bike.
got some roller skates?
Yeah, I think she's got some roller
Rollerblades?
skates. Yeah, some rollerblades. I think she'll rollerblade her way there.
This is like the one opportunity you have in your life to be good at skateboarding without having
Okay.
to
Okay.
spend
okay.
hours being good at skateboarding,
Okay.
and none of you picked that off the bat.
Yes,
I'm
I
just
am.
astounded.
All right. Okay.
I
I'll
also
take the
wish I was good
skateboard.
at
Damn it.
rollerblading, to be honest.
I also wish I was good at rollerblading. I will take the
Just
skateboard
saying.
then.
I'm just saying, Sushi could totally have a mini skateboard.
Yes, I want Sushi on a skateboard.
Ah,
Sushi on a skateboard.
So Sushi's not taking.
Are you
the
sure we
next
wouldn't
step.
rather have sushi
That-
with
that they
4 tiny
canonically
roller
have.
skates?
4 tiny roller skates on a cat. Oh my god.
I've seen cats skateboard. I've never seen cats roller skate. Come on.
Okay.
Now.
We gotta limit the disbelief somewhere. I'm
What
kidding.
if
You can have
Sushi
skate.
roller skates and I skateboard? How about that? Let's trade.
That's fine.
Great.
That's fine by
Okay.
me. Whatever y'all want. Sushi, are you skateboarding there, or are you riding on somebody?
Sushi is going to skateboard there.
Fuck yeah.
tied to the back of Neela's skateboard.
No. Neela's on roller skates.
Yeah.
I think we changed our mind at some point, and it's fine. It's fine. We're doing something. There's wheels involved.
There are all.
So the group of you are like cruising through the terminal.
Mhm.
You find your way upstairs, whether that's like a quick set of side steps, or just like hopping off your tool to get up. Every single one of you cruises through, hops the turnstile. Sushi, you just go under the turnstile. You come out on top of the monorail, and it's wild to you that this works because the streets are like, you hear fireworks going off. You hear sirens running by and see cars below you. Nobody looks up. The cops never look up. You see people in like second and third story windows like notice you and kind of shrug as they go back to whatever the hell they were doing. And like the 2 or 3 people that do try to call the cops on you are like see you for a moment and are way behind in your rear view mirror.
Plus, they have more important things to respond to than some kids are on the monorail.
Exactly.
Like anyone that sees us in the windows could be like, "What the fuck are there kids on the monorail?" And by the time they look, we're gone. Like,
I think the weirdest part would be the skateboarding cat, to be honest.
honestly, like they'll think they're having a
Hardest to
shroom trip
notice,
at that
though.
point.
So yeah, I think the plan at least is we're trying to get this as close as possible to the police station, wherever like it's right as far as we can, and if we can even stop and see the police station from up here, it's a pretty good vantage point to sort of scope it out.
You have like a what would be like minimum safe distance on that? You have like a block and a half that you can scope it from. Obviously, you don't have that much in terms of leeway from up here if you want to look at the station from this spot, but you do have a clear look. There are cop cars coming and going with regularity, but sort of the alley where you all would get in is on the opposite side of the like intake and processing like area. So people who are being arrested and brought to the station aren't being brought through the same side of the building that you would be going to. What else do you want to know? Or if you want to do scene work, it's all you.
I don't know. Are there cameras that we know are like nearby? We've been in this area a few times.
There are cameras. There's kind of one on each of the corners of the station. One of them will, and there. So you're trying to make it to an alley that's on one side of the station. You're not sure if the far side of the alley has cameras on it, although it seems like a fairly safe bet. All of them are pointed at street level, though. So you can't see any of the lenses from where you are.
Ooh, the building in the other side of this alleyway. How probable is it we can get... This might be in character. How likely do you think we can get up on top of the building on the other side of that alleyway? Because, that could be the... We'd lower ourselves down?
I
see
can
no
at least
reason why
attest to 2 people in this group's climbing ability.
I mean, if we can find a way up through the inside of it, then we really only have to worry about falling ability.
I think
Maybe
it's worth a
right.
shot.
Out of character, what is that building? Like, if it's a bank, we're fucked.
No. It's like a storefront plus apartments. Not like a
Fire escape.
skyscraper style, but like,
Mhm.
it's got like a fire escape on the outside.
Yeah. Yep. Fire escape. Let's go.
Oh, perfect.
Yep. That's exactly what I was hoping to hear you say. Okay.
I mean, okay, so here's the alley, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is the building where you're trying to get to.
Mhm.
Fire escape is on that alley.
Mhm.
Oh, it's in
Camera
that
is-
alleyway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you
That
can
means
go
getting
in through
down
the
is easy.
front. You can go in through the like front door, and if you can find a way up, great. That seems unlikely to me.
Ooh, we just find a way to deal with the camera?
Yeah, I was just popping ideas.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
Any of
I
you
got
guys
no
have
problem.
tape?
Yeah, I have no problem with us, like, just doing something to bust the camera, and that way we can just get in without anyone seeing.
ooh, Sushi has this bandana. He's got that on his neck. And, again, I don't know that I'm that worried about my face being seen, at least not like, so long as it's not recorded. Can we fashion something for Sushi to just plop over this camera from above? Because Sushi's gonna be able to get in and out of that alleyway no problem, right? I'm not gonna care about a cat, right?
We also
Sushi, how do you
all
feel
are
about
wearing.
that plan?
Sorry.
I was just asking Sushi how he felt about that plan.
Sushi was actually just about to suggest that since it's like, does anybody have tape? Is what he just asked.
And then Milan, you were saying something.
I said I'm also wearing anonymous clothing and a mask. I can go up there and just chuck rocks at it till it falls.
That
Yeah.
works too. We don't gotta
like,
be fancy about it.
I don't want to kick the hornet's nest of getting them like, someone hit our camera, go out there. They might be on high alert. The only other option I can think of is purposely starting an alarm like down the street in the other direction and then making a break for it. That's all I got.
I think we should be fine just covering up the camera. That'll work.
Yeah.
How high
Okay.
is the pole?
Let's say the camera's 10 to 12 feet off the ground.
Fair enough.
Not
Just grab a
easy.
can of. I just grab a can of spray paint. Who feels like shimmying?
Sure.
Let me get up there
Why not?
first. Sushi Sushi just plans to get up on the camera and then like drape his body over the front if you guys want to spray paint.
That's
know what? Yeah.
amazing. I love it.
That works too.
That's so good. Okay, let's go.
I'm imagining Sushi, he's sitting on top of it and the neck bandana just happens to go right
Right.
over the...
What I'm imagining is we cut inside the building, and there's
Mhm.
people whose job it is to like monitor the external cameras at the front desk.
Mhm.
And somebody's like, "There's a cat. There's a cat on this one," and we see Sushi's face, and there's like a little ledge near the camera, and Sushi's like walking up to it, and then hisses, and then just like bam, 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 bam on the camera.
Catch the wrong angle to catch anything.
Yeah, it's at the wrong angle. Like the line goes. What the fuck? What is wrong with that cat? Cut back to you all.
The cats in this city, man.
Damn, they feral out here.
They are all ACAB.
They are all ACAB, man.
Yeah.
Alright,
Does
yeah.
that mean we've solved it? We're good to go?
Yeah, it was a good
Yeah.
idea, so I'm not gonna make any roll for that. I like
All
it.
right. Let's go.
All cops are trash.
Yep.
Big
Mila
cats.
pulls out her key. down the alley we go.
So
You pop
those are
into the
very
alley.
hard.
You kind of hustle down a set of stairs, unlock the door, and there before you, in the dim light from the street, you can just barely catch the corner of your mural. Anything you say before crossing that threshold? Any last planning you do? Nope.
I don't know that I have anything that I can say.
I mean, I have a quip, but
Yes, go. Do it.
it's like, all right, let's start a riot again. And gonna jump right in. Jordan rushes ahead.
All right, in you go. All right, so we have a move to make.
This is-
Dive into darkness.
Okay.
Jordan, sounds like you are leading the crew across the border between reality and the castle.
Oh boy.
You ready to check
No
blood?
pressure.
Be careful when you say you're diving in first.
We can't. That's just how he is, man.
No, I know. It's great.
Got a weak hit on
A hit's a
blood,
hit.
it looks like.
All right, on a hit, you appear in a safe place. Each rebel takes on their castle form with their signature weapon and gear. Now, we've had the opportunity here for things to change a little bit. Who here looks any different from the last time we saw them, and how? I know that, Jordan, you brought in that guitar. Can you tell me about what happened to it?
Well, also, last time one of the effects of me venting was changing my appearance.
That's also
So-
true.
As before, Jordan is wearing basically like sleek all black. It does look quite sci-fi with like buckles and stuff instead of like laces or anything for the boots. And he still has this like harness around his chest that projects this red like hologram jacket. But before, where it was like a lot of round shapes, it was almost like 80s futurism shaped. Now it is like kind of spiked and abstract. There's like pieces that are just floating away from each other, almost like it's been shattered in a symmetrical way. And I'd also say, like, on the back, like on this rig underneath the hologram, is just like the neck and body of a guitar, like one of those minimalist ones.
Oh yeah, one
Uh,
of those like lap guitars.
Yeah, so it doesn't have any of the. I'm blanking. I know the word for the things at the top of the guitar that tune it.
Pegs?
The
Tuning
pegs.
pegs?
Thank you. Yet I have a guitar back there. I know what. Anyway,
The
so it's like
pegs.
there's no pegs. There's no resonance chamber because it's very clearly electric, like an electric guitar. I think maybe like even the strings are possibly like a holographic thing. It's just difficult to see under this, so it's sort of like compact to him. And then yeah, he still has almost anachronistically the Quicksilver rapier as like a massive glove on his right hand, and he bounces in the way he does foolhardily, and now just looking around waiting for everyone else.
I got a somewhat simple one to just jump in with. In all that's going on, I think when we jump in the castle here, Joe genuinely is like kind of sick of Adam and the aesthetic of sci-fi and all that, and it's just like, I think that manifests in they're not even in a sci-fi outfit really. They come in the standard like outfit that they normally wear with the big billowing pants with the tapered ends and like the big robe, but the robe has changed a little bit because I didn't really describe much of how it looked like last time. It's more of like a split tabernacle almost, like it's like it goes like a half cloak and then it drapes over the front and back. And on the
Ooh.
inside, whenever the arms are lifted and moved, you can see that there's embroidered, like the same eye motif that goes on the graffiti on the inside, on the inner lining.
That's
Mm.
cool. That's fire.
And the weapon obviously manifests as normal, and I get my standard gear. I think this time, instead of it's the weapon is genuinely just looks like when I close my fist, there's just like peeking out between the knuckles and the top of the hand.
Nice. Excellent. I like the idea of it. If you were still in that sci-fi aesthetic, it would show up as like, you know, like little plasma knuckles, but instead it's this very like crude looking, like it's more 40K than Star Wars.
Almost pig iron-esque.
Yeah. Planky. Who else has changes they want to note?
So many.
This is
Should I
start.
Okay.
Oh,
I wanted to make sure everyone else had a chance. Neela steps through, and she's always a magical girl, and she always has her magical girl glaive. But it is like, instead of just being South Asian magical girl or sci-fi South Asian magical girl, like she's dropped the sci-fi entirely. She's still a South Asian magical girl, but it is South Asian magical girl meets Joan of Arc. Like there is metal armor pieces. There's darker colors. It's not the same light, airy, love, hope, and rainbows type of thing. It's darker. It is more metallic. There are actual like metal arm gear and chest pieces and gleaming armor pieces all over her. Like she's
she's
done
got the
fucking around.
cuirass. She's got the roundel.
Yep.
She's got the leg plate.
Yep. She's done.
So
fucking around.
how far towards like Final Fantasy Dark Knight have we gone, or Paladin?
Hang on as I Google this. Final Fantasy, because I need to see it to be sure. Dark Paladin?
It would have been Dark Knight. I'm thinking like the Final Fantasy IV Dark Knight or Dragoon.
Dark Knight. Hang on, I'm
Dragon's
just
very spiky.
Yeah, not that spiky. That's like hella spiky. It's not full-fledged like that. There is still, you can still see elements of clothing, but I want to say that like whereas before a lot of it was very soft and fabric based, like a lot of that has been replaced. So she's not full armor, but there is like a thing on the chest, there are wrist pieces, there are shin guards, like
okay.
there's
So it's
pauldrons.
like parts of it that would have been fabric before are maybe now like bound on with leather.
Yeah. And there's actual metal involved this time, yeah.
Yeah. And it's not that kind of like plastic laminate. It's it is like sheer polished metal.
Yep. So
hell yeah.
She looks like a medium bit different, I want to say, because she's got new gear, same armor, same girl, slightly new gear, done with everyone's bullshit.
Does she have a skirt still? That's the other question.
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
No, just for imagination's sake. Because you could just be wearing like plate leg, you know?
Yeah, no,
or
no,
like
no,
shirts
no.
and shirts and plate.
No. She's still got a skirt. Like she is still within her feminine aesthetic for sure. It's just more metallic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other changes? I don't want to skip over Sushi or
No, I think that's it for me.
I guess that just leaves me and Scott. If you don't mind.
All you?
All right. So Sushi, I think, mostly looks the same, except instead of speaker like floating speaker ears, you see the scarf that was wrapped around his neck has turned into flowing, sort of glowing lines of light that sort of wrapped around his neck and sort of like just like trailing off into little flecks.
Wow, that's so cool.
Oh yeah.
It's got
going-
any changes last time.
I feel like that's for Dan to tell us right now.
So Scott is basically gonna roll in like a cloud of like smoke or like fog. So just like from wherever the threshold is, like just you just see like trails of kind of like what you'd see from like a fog machine, where just like starting at like ground level and then just like getting higher and higher of just like a cloud of smoke, and it just kind of starts pouring in, and then it kind of starts convalescing around a certain point, and then Scott kind of just appears out of it.
Yes.
Kind of in a like mix between like sci-fi and like film noir.
Mm-hmm.
So like kind of like a trench coat and like not the fedora. What's the hat that like detectives wear? Trilby.
Are you a trilby or okay? Not a deer hunter, because I was gonna say that's
Not
very
the Sherlock
specifically
Holmes. No.
Sherlock Holmes.
Nah, different era.
Yeah. The trilby.
It's a trilby. I've had this
Yeah.
conversation extensively with people. It's a trilby. They might be watching. They
I'm
might
so
know
sorry.
me there.
But like wearing a mask with sort of like a robotic like sheen to it, and having sort of like a kind of like a power glove but cool looking on my
Tall order.
on
My
his
imagination
arm.
you've just put.
Well, I mean, a gauntlet.
I'm gonna put this out here. I think the power glove is cool.
And you're
I'm doing a
entitled
bit
to your
about it.
opinion.
Damn.
Jesus.
But like a gauntlet with like a computer in it that you see in like
Mhm,
sci-fi, which is what the power glove is, but the power glove sucks. So
It looks cool.
Like that,
It
but
just
it
didn't
doesn't
function.
I feel like time has not been kind to the design of the power glove. Like the
Fair.
more time goes by, the more it just looks like an oven mitt with a keyboard on it.
I mean, yeah, but like it's the sci-fi. It's the vision of the future from the 80s. Anyway, now that I've been absolutely savaged by my player. Y'all arrive,
Oh, shit.
and I think I remember describing this place as having like absurdly large indoor spaces for being a space station. You are at the top of a building looking down on the whole of this place, and in that central area you can see the fictional counterpart, the police station for Arid Station. What do you do?
I forgot this place had a name.
Yeah. I mean, every place has something. Now, in character, I'll say. Now, I'm a big fan of what we did last time, which is I get to insult the guy first to let you guys sneak attack him. And I did bring a very loud instrument.
Don't we have to find him first, though?
What if we
Oh.
draw him
Maybe
out?
we can get him to come to me.
Mm-hmm.
I am very difficult to ignore.
I like the idea of drawing him out. Last time was kind of a shit show in here, remember that? What were we running through the prison
And
holes
don't
or
forget
what?
that there is still one enforcer on the loose.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Before we do
Wait.
anything.
Although I'll
Wait.
say, out of character, didn't someone get a thing to, like, turn them good last time?
Well, not necessarily good, but
Or release them,
they are
yeah.
freed from the vassal. I just a small reminder that the blue has been freed from their vassal.
But I don't know
Has-
if we...
Has that
No.
happened yet, or do we want to do that on screen?
Yeah.
Ooh.
But I also think that, look, I doubt that if we go after Adam here, that he won't show, like, the blue won't show up anyways. Maybe we make enough noise that both of them get here? We're gonna have to... I don't imagine he'll stay away.
I feel like we should just scope out an arena and bring everyone to us.
Yeah. You remember Venny last time we were here? I'll say in character because I remember. I wrote notes down on Venny Yasser, the guy that helped us escape
Yeah.
the
That's
first
right.
time. Not from the police station, but from nearly getting arrested trying to enter this place.
Yeah.
He seemed he was related to, the, let's say, less content people here on the station. If we find out where they are and help start a riot with them, I think we could probably get a lot of attention.
Okay. How's everyone else feel about that?
Works for me.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm being the idea guy to be to our leader here. This is great. I don't make any decisions, and it's just me brainstorming. Oh boy.
Hey, we already did a jailbreak last time. How about what's the term? Civil disobedience? Unrest? What
I
is
love,
it?
I love what we're
Riot?
teaching this cat.
Disturbing the peace.
I know.
I
I
love what
like.
we're
I
teaching
like
this
that.
kid.
I love the things that we're
Persona.
teaching Sushi. We're such great cat parents, aren't we?
I'm gonna throw it out
like
there that
the,
what you're
I
doing
like the-
is giving Sushi the vocabulary for things that he and all cats already understand in their heart of hearts.
This is fair.
Fair. Yeah.
They're ready
so
to
real.
swing on
no
somebody.
anarchy. Cats don't believe in any regent besides themselves.
Anarchy. Is that the word?
What? Yes.
Anarchy.
Excellent. Yeah, let's go find us a rebellion.
While
alright.
this discussion was going on with the GM's approval, I was going to say it in character of, can you all give me a moment to prepare before we go and do anything? But I'd like to use my Magician Castle move right off the bat here.
Slap it down on me.
So, Castle move. When you improvise a ritual to protect from danger, grant a temporary ability, or make a potent weapon, roll plus coins. On a hit, it works for the delve. On a 7 to 9, the architect will give your magic a weakness, quirk, or unintended side effect.
Okay.
And this is the sci-fi setting, but I am in my magician's gear, so I genuinely pull out a piece of chalk from somewhere, and I've drawn an alchemical 7-pointed star, and I circle it, and I
Yes.
put runes on the outside. I'm breaking the genre here. Don't worry about it.
I
Fuck yeah.
feel like there's something texturally appropriate in purposefully breaking the genre of the cop's castle.
Absolutely. that is the point. It's through will that Joe is doing this. Okay, 7 to 9 weak hit. I wanted to give myself the temporary ability of so with the eye motif, I want to use their own tricks against them. I wanted to have some sort of supernatural insight into where things are going on. I probably should have said this before I rolled.
Okay, so when you say a supernatural insight in as to where things are going on, give me more words.
Can you
I
see through the
want-
cameras?
What was that?
Are you
Are you trying to see
hijacking the
through the cameras?
cameras? Are you trying
Yes.
to? Okay.
I would love for that to be the case.
Or they maybe have a
I-
sci-fi GPS system in this place that you're trying to hack into? I don't know.
And so on a weak hit, I tell you what? Weakness, unintended consequence, or
Unintended side effect or quirk.
okay. Here's the unintended side effect or quirk. You are fully able to be as aware of goings on throughout the city as anybody who is behind the chair of the computer. Anytime you choose to focus on that, you find it incredibly difficult to know anything about your own body.
Oh boy.
Excellent. Okay, that works. I love that. I think this manifests as Jovan just manifests a little glowing outline on the forehead,
Mm-hmm.
and when I'm focused that way, the eyes just shine over with pure brilliant light.
And I
Damn.
can I give you an offer here?
Sure.
What if there are eyes that appear rings and eyes appear outside you, kind of like biblically accurate angel style?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, great. Okay.
Because I was debating between doing that or doing the wings again, which would make my cloak turn into wings with eye imprints on them.
Yeah, let's do eyeball rings as well.
Crown of
I
eyes.
feel like it's a both thing.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Great.
Okay.
So the circle that you draw You stand in the middle of it. How do you activate it?
Joe is like a kind of a witchcrafty dark magician. I think there's like a pinprick into the finger and then just like tracing the circle in the middle.
Great. As you do that, your blood mixes with the salts and chemicals that you've arranged so carefully, and these like golden rings rise out of your circle, and they do sort of like an orbit around you. The eyes open and sprout all around them, and when you go to rest, they kind of collapse down into like a thin, not halo's the wrong word for it, right? But it has the effect of feeling like a halo hanging out like above you,
I'd be
that
fine
you
if it
can
was a halo.
reopen.
I don't mind it looking a little bit like a classical Byzantine art style halo sometimes.
Yeah. It's a corona. That's probably even the better way to put it. It's not so much a halo as it is a corona when people look at your head. And when you activate it, it unfolds
All right.
from this like meta dimension.
As a quip, Jordan's just like, man, I'm glad our plan isn't to try and be subtle. Y'all are. I picked the side. I feel like I picked the wrong aesthetic now because y'all are so cool being more magic and shit.
I think we're done being subtle.
I mean,
As
look,
I
wouldn't say
come-
something subtle either.
As I come out of the magic trance, I think I just look up and I can't resist the urge to make one quip, and I'm like, I know kung fu. No, sorry. But I know what they know. I can figure out stuff. Uh-oh.
No.
Okay.
Sorry, that was a joke. I turned off my camera as a joke.
We thought your power was off for a
Percy
second.
wins.
We thought the wind got you.
Right.
I outran the wind.
Yeah.
For now. Okay. So you have the knowledge. You have a rough plan, which is make enough noise in the right area of the city that you can draw them out. I will let you all tell me where you want to pick this battle. Describe the location. Tell me things that you can see there. Tell me things that you can touch. Tell me what sort of buildings and terrain features there are. I'll let each of you tell me something about this place. Yeah?
Question before we go. Can we find some allies first? I think that's kind of our plan, is to find allies and an arena.
Okay. That can
is
be
there
part
something-
of describing the arena that you want.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I can always start, like I said, but I feel like I should let someone else go first.
Well, I guess out of character, I guess my question is: do we want an open arena or something like a bit more windy, maze-like?
Ooh, that's a good question.
In my head, the thing that at least Jordan would be looking for is a sort of like central stage place to draw attention, and then stuff on like the outside of the arena that is, I don't know, buildings, alleyways, a place for people to be able to hide and come back, like in and out of the conflict as needed, but still like needs a big central place to draw them to.
Are we
When
thinking like
we-
Coliseum or like a city plaza type thing?
I'm thinking of plaza.
If you want to play the genre,
When
Yeah.
we fought the mob of people, what was that setting like?
And
It
also-
that
a
was
super invasion
like a
thing.
marketplace.
Mhm.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I do
Played a genre.
if y'all want to play the genre, we could have like the boardwalk up in front of the police station as like the location, and have all of the Western tropes that we want.
I mean, I'm down with that if there's a suitable, again, like stage and places for people to hide, to like sort of hide what we're doing until that moment.
Imagine the big showdown in all the Westerns. You can pop into the buildings, you can go around the back of like saloons. Like, you've got options there, but there is like a central boulevard in those scenarios, and then buildings off to either side that are not more than 2 stories tall. Does
Yeah.
that feel like sick?
Yeah, well, that sounds good.
And then taking the place of the church in these towns is the police station. Damn. Sometimes you just hit on a funny metaphor.
Uh,
Whoop. And oop.
then I feel like I'm talking too much, but just the idea would be to have our allies of these, like, the people who are discontent with the police here in the buildings behind us. Is that how I
Yeah.
describe them? I don't know.
Yeah, we can rally our troops into the buildings around us. They don't have to actively come into the fray, but I think we want. I think they're good to have around, right? They can keep civilians safe. They can run interference. They can do a bunch of stuff.
Go wild.
Go wild.
Also, the name of that character actually was Tyrell Zephyr. I mixed him and the real world guy that gave us information.
Yeah, it'd be cool if he was around though.
That sounds right.
Yeah, Tyrell Zephyr, though.
Yeah. He's a sheep man.
Yep.
Got
Oh
big
my God,
horns.
that's God, that's right. They did. They were sheepmen. Yep. Yeah, we should
my
have
man, the Ram, Tyrell Zephyr.
That is the most
See y'all's
damn
notes
you've
at some
said.
point. Y'all
I am
outrageous.
maybe.
Okay, so it sounds like somebody's request is in this arena to have Tyrell Zephyr and malcontents flanking in some of the local buildings.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is making that request so that each of you can do a something?
I'm happy to make that request. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to be good at reach out, which I assume will be the skill that we'll use for that.
I don't even know if I have the skill for it, but I will make that request. That feels like that feels like a very the authority thing.
Right.
Yeah, it's plus cups. It's roll with cups.
Yeah.
I have a 0 in that.
As not a specialty
That
of
is
mine.
right.
Hey, I got -2, so
Hey,
Oh,
okay.
damn.
Am I?
Zero isn't bad.
Plus
Just-
one.
So just to confirm, am I rolling?
Yeah. Hit it.
Sure,
All
yeah.
right. I just wanted to make sure. I was like, wait, what are we doing? It's a regular roll. Someone else want to try?
Yeah, well, I'm also trying to remember. Is
You-
there
There's a mechanic for helping your buddy get +1 to
Yeah.
their roll.
and that wouldn't make it a mixed success, and I do think Jordan would help by sort of. He was the one who made this contact at first, so it would be him sort of introducing and backing up whatever the proposal is. So at least make it a mixed success.
Yeah, and I believe you fade your covenant to do that?
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm trying
I'm
to
desperate, so
remember.
yeah,
to help.
I fade a covenant. If it's a crew covenant,
think I
the
did
other
it
say
last
which rebel steps out. So yes, I will fade my crew covenant. Yes.
Okay, great. Sorry, I'm holding the rules for this game and the rules for help out. Okay, when you help another rebel, say what you do. If your crew covenant is intense or bright, give them fleeting advantage.
I am now at faded.
Well, that doesn't say anything about.
No.
Ah.
Evoke a covenant. That's if you're desperate after rolling the dice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're taking an intense covenant and reducing it down to bright.
It was at bright, so I'm taking it to faded.
You can only do it with intense covenants.
Ah shit.
You can do it with a major covenant though.
Okay.
Well, I was saying that Jordan could help, and that just gets you a fleeting advantage, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could roll another die.
Okay. Let's do it that way then. Let me fix this.
As long as you
real
don't
quick
roll
first.
another 1, you're good.
Okay.
Just roll a d6.
Should I just roll with cups again, but this
No,
time
no,
with
no.
advantage?
No.
Just roll d6 in.
Okay. Got it. Roll a
can't.
d6.
Two. Yes.
That makes
Okay.
a 7.
Okay. Oh,
You did it.
God.
Okay. On a 7 to 9, your mind touches the vassals. You pick a cost. Your mind touches the vassals, Marquise, or the shard pushes back. Minion and enforcers are coming, or the bond feeds on you, mark a condition. What would you prefer?
Is
Pretty
he
sure we
feeding
wanted
spirit?
the minions and enforcers to come
That's
to
what I was
us,
saying. Like
right?
that's the plan.
Does that?
Hey, all I'm saying is that will mean that you have like little guys as well, not just the bosses showing up.
Yeah. Yes, that's fair.
You
I
have a
could do
plan.
that.
You have a plan for the enforcer, but do you have a plan for the minions?
I wanted to hear what Milan had to say.
I'm fine if we end up with a big old brawl or scrap, because I'm assuming.
I think we're itching for it.
Okay, cool.
It just means that the malcontents are gonna have to handle the minions and not help out
Yeah.
as much with the
Yeah.
rest of the fight.
Okay. So Neela, when you call on the minion for aid, you mark void and describe how they reshape the landscape or occupy a threat's attention for a while. So that's like a move that you can tap into from here on
Okay.
out.
Uh-huh.
How does it
I'm
look
gonna-
when you gather them?
I will say that minion for aid marking void move is probably going to be that when the minions do show up, I'm going to ask them to do that. But what it looks like is I think Neela finds our friend Tyrell, approaches him, asks him to take us to like where everyone is gathers with everyone inside some kind of warehouse. And just gives a big old speech. Like she is like on top of like a wooden crate of some kind and is just giving a speech about how now is the moment. Like she's amping up this crowd and she's like, and I need your help in order to do this. We cannot fight this alone. We are stronger together.
There's a moment where it doesn't look like the crowd's going to side with you. Jordan, what do you do or say to change the tone?
Not to be too flippant, but I almost in like a comedy note, it's like, also fuck the cops, and that's like the tipping point.
Yeah. Our time is now. Are you with me? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Outside, we see one of the like camera bots like swoop away from an open window outside the warehouse.
Ah, fuck.
All right, somebody else give me information about what the arena looks like for this fight.
Oh yeah, my thing.
Add terrain, add stuff that you want to use or blow up, add anything you want. This isn't necessarily something you're doing in character. I'm saying like, let's collaboratively set the scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think-
Give me set pieces.
I think this location
Barrels
is
of gunpowder. No.
semi.
You could say that.
in the center. I
Uh,
think it's semi-open in the center, so that once it's defensible on the sides, like it slopes downward. So if we were to
Okay.
set up, we could dig in. However, once people get up there, it's almost like an open area. So in Dragon Ball, you know how the top of the fucking floating island where the hyperbolic time chamber is just that wide open hemisphere? I want something like kind of like that when you get on top, so that we could just properly like. It's open enough that they can't run away or hide easily once they're there. But I guess that will kind of also go for us, but we don't really have an opportunity to run away after this.
yeah, okay. So it's got this very wide area at the center, and then there are dig-inable zones as it kind of tears down. Cool.
If nobody minds, I think Sushi's going to actually spend 2 minutes using his own castle move. If we're okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as the star, once per delve, Sushi can spend some moments meditating on who he wants to be and pick a shadow move from a playbook that no one else is currently using.
Oh shit. Okay.
And then use that move for the delve and then lose it and can't gain it the same way ever again. So I think, and tell me if this sparks joy with y'all. I think Sushi is meditating on the provider playbook and just what Neela has done.
Okay.
And I would like
Good
to
check.
use the shadow move Mother of Monsters.
Ooh.
Okay.
What's
For
it
the
do?
audience.
Yes!
For the audience, Mother of Monsters. I can it's from the provider book, aka Neela's previous playbook, where you can craft a creature from the swirling chaos by marking void. Describe them, give a weapon perk and a flaw. They can take one blow, the second will kill them. And so I will pick. I think if this sparks if this makes sense to you, I think what this looks like is this beautiful. If you remember the tribe of was it the flower of tribes? It's
Mhm.
not quite like that. It's this brilliant blooming marigold cluster that is sort of like seeding its way around the defensive like the sides that that Javon described. It is sort of just lined its way in crawling vines and blooms. And with that, I would like to give it the weapon perk Tether
Okay.
and the flaw Close.
Okay. I see where you're going with this. Great. I love it. You've set up a great big trap. Okay, so that's 3 of us.
I thought I already went describing the stage and the across from
Okay.
the police station thing.
Yeah. Okay. That leaves you, Dan. What's the element that you want to add here?
All right. So we've got a big stage across from a big police station in the shape of a big hemisphere.
It's like a long alley, the hemisphere at the end.
Okay.
Or not alley, but like a long boulevard with a hemisphere at the end. It's sort of tapered up. It's like a march up to get to it, right? Or do you want it to be a march down to get to the hemisphere? Milan.
I want it to kind of be so defensive.
Well, that's the high ground.
I want us to have the high ground.
Okay, great. So it's down. It's a slope down, hemispheric area in front of the station. Yeah.
Okay. So like there's buildings and everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And what else is there to add?
Barrels of gunpowder?
Obstacles,
gunpowder.
rubbish, trash.
A water tower that you can knock over at an opportune moment.
If it sparks joy for Scott in particular, a big old sound system. I feel cheating saying that because I think that would also be a really cool set piece for me, but like,
Sure. The other thing I guess was like
you gotta go.
some kind of like I don't know, some kind of platforms that we could traverse like from one to another in a way that would make sense in an urban planning context. So like
Floating signs, like floating ads.
Yeah, I like floating
Yeah, or
signs. I
balconies
also like
or-
the idea of like the Star Wars like flying cars that they use in the prequel episodes. Like there's some of
Yeah.
that shit going by. Maybe not manned, right? But like they're just moving along like floating paths, like shipping containers and like passenger buses and stuff.
Man, sounds cool.
Okay.
Does that fill your vision?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. How do you all draw Adam Cook's attention to you and draw him and the enforcer out.
Hey,
I have a
motherfucker.
guitar,
No,
a
sorry.
lot of- No, 100%. I have a guitar and a lot of anger, a lot of teenage angst. My plan was to hook it up to whatever sound we possibly can and just start playing out a song specifically calling out Adam Cook. If
If I have
if
this
that seems good.
ability to tap into the eye network, do I have the ability to force all the eyes where we are so they have to see us?
Ooh.
Whoa.
All of the ones that are nearby you could force to you. Like,
I'll do that.
you have access to every camera in the city.
I think I
Okay.
just like sit down and just like put. No, I can't really. I was gonna say, I'm gonna focus for a second. If shit really gets bad, someone like push me over, I guess, or something, and see if, yeah. And then I'm gonna
Tap
try
your
and
shoulder,
do the
yeah.
thing.
I feel like once you see them approaching us through the cameras, now that would be a good time to leave.
Those pods that we discussed last time you were in the castle, as you bend the eyes to focus on the five of you, Jordan, with his loud, messy, angry song, singing out, calling all attention to you, those pods start opening up at the foot of the station, and you see a light descending from high on the tower of the station, an elevator. Out walks Adam Cook, but not as himself, as the Justifier. He's
Motherfucker.
wearing a star on his chest. He has, in a kind of sickening echo of your own gear, Scott, his own sort of programming power glove. And at his hip is a massively oversized revolver. How someone holds it and fires, you have no idea. Shortly after, you hear clopping from Doris's hooves as the blue enters from a side alley. The low-sitting hat, the bandages over their face, blinding them, waiting for hell to break loose. What do you do? Well, actually, I don't think you understand the situation, compadres. This is my city. I see everything. And that means that I can point the eyes where I want, when I want. You can't get away. You might as well give up now. We're all here.
If I could do a quip, if this is like the moment for us to leave, is just Jordan like looks him in the eye, slings the guitar forward, like more forward with a big chord, and says, "Who's running?" And then jumps into a lyric that starts, and I think that's the point it ends of, "Adam Cook is a bitch ass motherfucker."
It's just like a screeching guitar. Yeah.
It's like driving repeated, like Rage Against the Machine when they're really pissed off kind of
No.
chords. And then do a screech.
Not Rage Against the Machine, right?
Okay,
Because
okay.
like this is Dead Kennedys Nazi punks,
fair.
fuck off.
Yeah, actually, fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Come
And
at
with
me, bro.
that, I think it's time for us to take a break.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for keeping up with us. We will be right back after we take care of ourselves. Get ready for a big, exciting, crazy fucking fight. See you in a few minutes.
See ya.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The World Within You. As you know, every time we are on screen, we like to shout out charities, garner donations, because the message of this show is something that we also hold very close to our hearts. Tonight, I'm going to hand it over to Michelle to tell you about our stream charity.
Hey, hi. So this whole month is one, Black History Month, so support your nearest Black person, but also we are supporting a incredibly worthy cause today by fundraising for Power of Paint Art Academy and Management. They are a thoughtful arts collective originally based out of Philadelphia, aka my home, well, not my hometown, but close enough. And their work provides safe and healthy spaces for Black communities, including and especially LGBTQ. I can definitely spell the whole thing. LGBTQTA+ members of those communities. So we've reached our goals, but please, if you have the space, you have the time, take a look at what they're doing, and if you have any sort of just what you can, please continue to donate.
Oh yeah. Continue to donate. I will have it noted that right now, if you want to be a hero and or cause drama and or competition, you can always knock Black Obama off of the top seat on that Tiltify. I think that would be a very fun way. Maybe pitch in with some people if you don't personally have the funds, but I think that kind of thing is silly good. All right.
Gotta make it a cool competition.
Yeah.
Black Obama's already in chat, challenge accepted. Oh boy.
I love to hear it. All right. With that, let's take it back to the world within you. So, Adam Cook is standing across from y'all. His legion of cop bots there, and off to the side, the blue, astride their horse and listening for the sound of battle. What do you do? What's up?
It doesn't give us an actual mechanical advantage right now because I did not take it, and I'm going to honor what I took at the start of session. But I do think Neela lets out a war cry.
Any specific words, or is it just a whoop?
I think it's just a whoop. And if anyone wants to say, "Hey, Kevin, fuck you, motherfucker," they're more than welcome to.
Well, I think that Jordan has made a very simple chorus that begins with Adam Cook is a bitch-ass motherfucker. So
Yeah.
if Neela just joins in on a chorus, I think there's a lot of flavor there.
Yeah. I think she joins in on the chorus, but I do think it turns into a literal roar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also say
Let's go.
I would like to use the shadow move, Made You Look, because I would assume screaming and playing guitar, I'm a little bit the center of attention.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna mark Void, which means that I have filled all the ranks, but I don't have all my ticks filled.
Hey.
So I'm getting close to the top of that again. But yeah, I get to pick one. Either the enemy reveals a hidden weakness or the enemy ignores your allies. Your allies have fleeting advantage making use of this, though the enemy will act against you. And I do think the first one is more interesting at the beginning, as I'm basically trying to bait Adam Cook into acting angrily and hastily.
Okay. Sorry, remind me what the effect you're choosing is.
The enemy reveals a hidden weakness.
Enemy reveals a hidden weakness.
And everyone else will get advantage on the first thing they do against that. Or I guess,
Okay.
Yeah.
So these robots that you've been seeing around don't have any obvious ocular appendages. That's because they're all networked to the surveillance. Wherever the surveillance is pointing, the only thing they can seem to see. The person who would notice this first, of course, is Jovan. You'd be able to notice that in your more peripheral cameras, they don't seem to be paying any attention to your allies who are up on the sides of buildings, tucked into cover.
they're all pointing at me, baby.
Mm-hmm. Well, the five of you.
Yeah. That's how Jordan thinks of it, though. So,
Not to toot my own horn, but I feel like this song could have absolutely been in Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
This one specifically.
So good.
Sorry, continue.
Well,
Okay, that's your information. What are you doing with it?
that's all I can do. One of y'all gets to do something with it.
So where are we
you're
looking
muted.
at?
Mon, you are super muted.
Are we gonna need to deal with all these extra minions before we start dealing with Adam Cook, or can we start
So-
targeting Cook now?
I have
You
a thing
can-
to deal
you-
with them.
You all can target whoever you want. It just narratively affects who's going to go after you and how.
Well, I have an idea already to just start kick this off so that the minions will be less of a concern.
Do you want to do that first, or Neela? You said you had something.
Yeah, my thing was that when I call on our minions for aid, I get to mark void and describe how they reshape the shard's landscape or occupy a threat's attention for a while. And I was just gonna bring our minions to do battle with their minions. But I
Well,
can do that, and whatever you're gonna do, I think will help, right?
I was gonna just say I could line it up to make an opening on this group of little guys, so that someone
Actually,
else
yeah,
can strike and potentially take them all out.
Heck, could we not use that shadow move to say, and then they take the robots out? If we give
If I
them
line it
an
up
opening?
first?
Yeah. Could we have the
Are you
malcontents-
saying you would use your reach out? I don't think that they're allowed to inflict conditions
Okay.
based on the wording in the rules.
No,
Okay.
it's they reshape the shard's landscape or occupy a threat's attention for a while. So they cannot take them out, but they can distract so that we can go in there. So it's like we could have them distract while you also do that thing, and then one of us is much more easily able to get in there because they've got two things distracting them. And I'm happy to be the person who goes in there with my glaive and just slices them all because I'm pretty sure I have the condition for
I think you could use
I think I have
our.
clean.
Full disclosure on what I was thinking of doing is that
Yeah.
I was going to use that information that Jordan just got us to do a line it up, basically by pointing all of the cameras, using my vision to make the cameras basically have overlapping sets of information that kind of is useless and redundant, so that we can get an opening on the enforcers specifically, so that someone
Yeah,
else
take out
can
the
then
robots.
use a strike on them, because we need
Okay.
an opening before we can strike.
And then we can save our minions for occupying someone else, like the blue or something.
Potentially, if you want to occupy the enforcers, I could do something else entirely.
Okay,
It's just
let's
that I would get
be
advantage on that plan.
let's be really clear. We have enforcers and we also have minions, right? Different
You have
things.
Adam Cook.
Right.
You have actually, which reminds me,
Oh, shit.
Oh,
you have
we gotta roll.
Emperor's new clothes.
We gotta roll
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we've got stuff we need to do. But yeah, let me be very clear. We have enforcers and we have minions as well as Adam Cook. Like, we have multiple things
No,
to
we
deal
have the minions, the blue, and Adam Cook. Those
Yes, the
three
minions,
things.
blue, and Adam Cook. But the enforcer is the
Is the
blue,
blue. Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
The minions are
I
separate.
misspoke.
Okay.
I meant we can make an opening on the minions.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. We have a couple ways to do it. Cool.
Yeah, we should roll.
We should roll Emperor's New Clothes.
We've confronted the vassal in the city. We've uncovered the full details of the fact that he's not actually planning.
Yep.
We've met people the vassal holds dear.
Sure do.
We've defeated one enforcer.
Yeah.
Our mundane self has suffered at their orders or hands.
Fuck
and
yeah.
there's
Quite a bit.
organized resistance to the vassal among the city's people.
6 out of 6, baby. Let's go.
And we roll 6 dice and take the highest 2.
Whoever would like to do that, please tell me who's doing it before.
Wait. Idea. We all roll 1 and then Leona rolls 2.
That seems annoying. Sure.
Do you want me to
It would
just
be
roll?
annoying, but it would be cool.
I can just
Wait,
roll
I'll
6.
do it at the table. Up to you. Just tell me who's rolling so I can
Somebody roll.
I'll roll 66. Let's just make it easy on
fire
ourselves.
away.
I love you all dearly. I'm just gonna roll 66.
Yeah.
Well, there's 3 6s in there, so.
Wow.
There's 3 6s in there, which means that we're in trouble and the devil. They were right next to each other too. This is great.
Amen.
Perfect.
2 3
Hallelujah.
6 6 6 3. There you go. Okay. So on a hit, you break the connection. They're vulnerable, but they won't go down without a fight. On a 10 plus, pick 1. Break their confidence. Start with an opening. Get under their skin. Give a rebel's weapon the ability to cut through the avatar's sorceries, illusions, and blights, or subvert their power. If you defeat them now, each rebel can pick an extra boon during peace and quiet.
I
How do I
vote that
subvert their-
last one, guys.
How do I subvert their power?
You
What would
get
that look like?
We decide, I think, afterwards, though, right?
I feel like you're already starting to do that because you're playing against genre here.
True. I think it has to be the last one.
All of us just change costume to something not sci-fi.
I mean, I was gonna say that.
We are.
We all turn into magical girls.
Yeah!
I'm down if my whole outfit looks like red jacket tuxedo mask. I mean,
Yes!
I'm down.
Yes! Yes!
I get the
Yes!
mask
I'm
and
gonna
everything.
literally take the mask
Sushi
off.
can literally become Luna! Yes! 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 Yes!
I'm down.
Yes!
I'm down.
Hey, okay, I do need to ask, cause like I can absolutely see what Jovan is going to angle towards, but I have no idea what happens to your costume, Scott. What is Scott Magical Girl vibes?
Man.
Anybody who wants to jump in on this, go for it.
It's so good!
like I'm saying, it's tuxedo mask, but bigger, poofier, kind of spiky jacket.
They're not the
Red.
boy magical girls.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but he's
non-binary
got a
magical
jacket that's
girls.
a bit.
That's true. Hold on.
And the mask and everything, like his Quicksilver mask.
Yeah. It's just it's Neela, Sushi, and then 3 tuxedo masks.
I want to know
Actually-
what Jovan does.
I think perhaps this might go against what you were thinking, but when Jovan thinks of a magical girl, the first thing that Jovan thinks of, I'm referencing a real piece of media right here. Whatever.
Sure.
I think of Madoka Magica, and so I think at first it becomes Hamura's outfit, but then Jovan's like, I don't want to wear a skirt, so it just becomes a full dress that still has like the eyes in between the pleats, and then it just changes into the billowing pants. But it's that same monochrome aesthetic.
I put something in the chat for the cast. We could go with the villain aesthetics from Sailor Moon. Let's
I'm
be
down.
very
Let's just do
clear.
it a bit.
Like the baddie, like you guys can look badass by dressing as the baddies in Sailor Moon because that's the magical girl aesthetic.
That's also true.
Just
Alright.
saying.
I'll split the difference. Actually, it'll be a mishmash. of
Yeah,
both.
you can do both. You can do all of the above. I just love
There's
that
so
we're
many
doing
good
this.
options. I
I'm
don't.
so excited that we're doing this.
I mean, that idea seems better than my initial thought, which is Scott's trench coat just turns pink and white.
God bless. Also cute.
I mean, I'm also into that. I do have
feel
to
like that would
appreciate.
make
I just
stealth
put this in
harder,
chat, but the second image I sent, there's a guy who has like a sword, but he's got like thigh highs and short shorts with pauldrons on. I don't know where that image is from, but that man has drip.
For real.
This is fair.
I mean, part of what I was thinking, I don't know if it fits the aesthetic, but I was thinking of like a Fire Emblem character as well.
Oh yeah. Fire Emblem is a great magical girl aesthetic.
Yeah.
You are onto something there. Okay.
You could
I
look
can
like
see
Hello
this.
from Howl's musical moving castle. That's also low-key magical girl vibey. Like fashion-wise.
Oh yeah. I have the vision in my head. I can see it.
Yeah.
All right, so I think for Scott, his trench coat and hat are going to morph into like more kind of like armor and a cape. And he's going to keep the mask. But let's see, what is the gauntlet? Does the gauntlet turn into anything?
Like a spellcaster book, maybe?
Oh,
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
I feel like that's the coolest bit of Robin's kit in Smash Bros. Is like the spell book that comes out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is happening.
Just
This is great.
cue me running to like a ledge and just yelling Nosferatu over and over again.
As one must.
Oh man.
Okay.
But yeah, so Scott's gauntlet is just going to like kind of melt down like towards his hand and just like reform into the shape of like a spell book.
As you all do this, the places behind you peel back their sci-fi aesthetics. It's almost as if somebody's peeling wallpaper off behind you, and
Aw.
the space station dissolves into like a city at night with the moon hanging full above you, pouring light down. Jordan, how does your outfit change? Did you say?
Oh, I was kind of just doing a bit, but I think it is like a fine suit, but the shoulder pads have become like spiked. Not like they don't have metal spikes, they're like spiked on top. And he does have like the full mask. Do you guys ever watch Metabots and the Masked Battler guy? I have an image I'm gonna copy, but it's like a pure white mask with like a smiley face on it, effectively. I'm gonna put it in our chat. Sorry, Twitter. Or sorry, Twitch. That's what it was. Yeah, this guy to the right, that image of like black suit, but like a sheer mask.
The tiny
No
guy?
top hat or anything. Dude in the back right.
Oh. Well, you said guy on the right. The rightmost guy is the yellow guy.
That's a rope. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Metabe.
It's not
He's
a guy.
pulling your leg. You know this.
This is
No, I
great
don't.
radio for everybody in chat.
Yeah, sorry, chat. Anyways, yeah, so nice suit, but it's just the bright red jacket that also kind of like becomes a cape.
Yeah. Very honestly, the Masked Battler from Metabots is just riffing on Tuxedo Mask's style
100%.
with a mask that has 1,000% less game.
There's a point in that anime where a different guy dressed exactly the same with a gold version of that mask pretends to be a completely different person until he gets hit in the face and the gold mask goes away and the white mask is underneath.
Fucking Metabots, man.
Incredible.
So good. I love.
How many masks is Jordan wearing right now? We'll find out.
His is a liquid one,
He's
so
like
anytime you try and
he's
break
like
it, it
an
becomes a
onion.
new one.
Underneath this mask is another mask.
Is another mask.
Pretty
Always.
cool, right?
Underneath
Anyway.
this mask is another mask. I know
Okay,
exactly what you're referencing.
y'all have gotten your hit. So do things.
What happens?
I told you what happened. The like shadows peeled away into
Alright.
cityscape,
Yeah.
Yeah,
magical girl style.
But what happens to Adam Cook if we subvert their power?
Uh,
I think the actual effects will be happen after
Yeah.
we pick stuff.
Okay.
right
You
now
gotta pick
you're in a like a psychological battle for control over his worldview and his power.
The idea that his aesthetic starts at the point with him and then moving backwards behind him. It's like the
Yeah.
aesthetics are battling as we move line.
Everyone's hesitating. I'll go first. I want to line it
Yeah.
up on Adam Cook.
Do it.
Do it.
All right.
What does that look like here?
I think I just focus for just a brief moment on all of the sensors to like look around him, and then I snap back, and then without doing damage, I'm gonna open my hand a little bit to let some of the light beam just leak out to spotlight him. Rolling plus coins.
Okay.
Leak. Hey. So his opening is the fact that he has this big old fuck off gun that he definitely doesn't know how to use, really, and it's making him off balance. Like, he literally has to swing his whole hip around to take a step forward, I think.
Hell
So
yeah,
that's
I
what
love
the
that.
opening is. If you attack him from the, like, left side or the right side, he can't back up fast enough. That's the opening.
I love that.
On the 7 and 9, pick 2. I'm gonna say he sees me, obviously, because of the light. And he's gonna send an attack my way immediately. Let's get this started.
Okay.
Also,
Great.
as a side note, the shadow move I do, an enemy will act against me as well. So I think me and Jovan are the ones that are sort of in the line fire. I'm fine with that. You guys go kill him.
This is great because I actually in fact have a weapon on him for this. That gun on his side,
Oh shit.
he draws it and he gets into this like low gunslinger stance, but instead of like aiming, you realize that it's not a revolver in the sense that there's like a barrel and then a revolving chamber. It's a minigun in the
No,
shape of
boy.
a revolver.
Oh my god.
So he gets in this low stance and it starts spinning up and he just goes boom, and starts raining down indiscriminate destruction, targeting both of you at the same time. I think what was the exact wording of your move, Jordan? Do you get an attack sent your way?
Oh, it says your allies have fleeting advantage making use of this thing I did, though the enemy will act against you. Just as the enemy.
I think the both of you are just gonna push through pain right off the bat.
No
Can
dodge.
you try
Just
and
to be
hit
clear.
a dodge first?
Okay. How are you dodging? I will say, Jovan, I don't know that you can dodge.
Okay, that's
Because
good.
you're doing the
Yeah,
angel
yeah.
thing. But I feel like maybe Jordan can dodge.
Yeah,
I
because
guide others to a treasure I cannot possess.
you can
Okay,
go
so
first, and
rolling
I'll think on that.
2d6
If you got
plus
it.
1. Ooh, pain hits home. I get a marking condition. I mark a condition and gain fleeting advantage acting on it. I'll go ahead and hit Callus because I'm already
Okay.
angry.
Great.
The way I want Jordan to dodge is that, you know, this stage is up against these buildings and these places that we can hide. The idea is just one hand out as soon as he sees this thing spinning up. He's like, oh, that's a minigun, oh no. And he's gonna try and use his hook sword to basically latch onto like a window and just yeet himself through a building into cover. Just like a yank.
Okay. Go ahead and roll dodge for me.
Hey! Damn, a 6 and a
Okay.
5, alright.
Not bad. On a 10 plus, you pick one. You're separated from your allies. You stumble, gaining fleeting disadvantage. You leave something valuable behind. I feel like the first one makes the most sense there.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. You avoid
I was
danger.
either gonna do that or the guitar was gonna have to leave me. So if I had two, that was my other plan. But
Makes
I'm also
sense.
gonna use a shadow move because the last void I marked gave me a new rank in void, and I picked this shadow move specifically for this moment.
Okay.
Is I was never here. When you successfully dodge mark void to leave a duplicate in your place to distract the enemy, mark void again to blow it up.
You don't see me.
Well, no, it's there's a hologram. He's left his like holographic suit
I
and
love it.
mask behind him, and like an image
was
of
good.
the guitar. It's
I
still
love it.
playing. He's done a
It's so
loop
good.
already.
It's great. I love it. I love it. I was kidding, but I love it. I just had to make the reference.
Excellent. Okay, what does it look like getting hit, Javon?
I think I just... Oh. There is the fact that Javon's been shot a bunch in the recent memory, so I think there's a flinch. And, like, a couple of bullets do actually land, and that's what is causing the thing. But I think they just stand upright after getting some cover, still shining the light, and then they're just gonna yell down, you're gonna have to do better than that, little iron.
Who wants it next?
There's an opening.
There's an opening.
There is an opening. I'm gonna leave that for somebody else. If
You
I
have an
can do,
advantage to act against the minions.
I do have advantage to act against the minions, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone does.
I will take that because my glaive has cleave, which means it can impact many foes in a single attack. I am hoping to just slice through the minions and be done with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a strike, and it sounds like a strike using swords.
Sure does. And I do that with advantage, you said?
Yes.
Advantage, submit. Strong hit, 11.
Yeah.
Fuck
On
yeah.
any hit, you remove the opening and break one of the foe's qualities. They are broken. And there's nothing else. Yeah. You are a whirlwind of force through these robots. Basically just like marching through, dodging the sweeping lines of that minigun's arc.
Yeah.
What did I call that weapon? It had. Oh yeah, I called it the good guy's gun.
Oh, gross. Gross. I'm so proud of you. That's disgusting.
We have fun here. Quick note to the audience. I put out if you're part of the Neon Lights Discord server, I put out a call for assistance with the final dungeon. This is the kind of stuff that you can help me make awful and great. We will make foes,
So
we
good.
will make locations, we will make beautiful misery together. Help me out. All right.
Or the 5 of us.
Yeah, make them miserable. I'm sure everybody in the audience has great ideas for villains. Go check that out in the player space in Neon Lights Roleplay. Okay.
The urge to press that button is so, like, I have so little impulse control as it is.
Yeah, I think she swoops underneath the bullets, and I think she just kind of goes in with the double-ended glaive and just kind of whoosh, 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 like she just wants to get
It
it.
has blades on both ends?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, we have art of this specific glaive somewhere in this channel. Somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
I will
okay.
find it. I know one of us has access to it somehow, somewhere, somehow. But yes, it has like a curved end and like a swordy end, but that doesn't mean that she can't use both ends to great effect. And I think she just kind of chops through them all because she's like, there's no time to waste. I just want to dispose of as much of this as possible so that she can focus on Adam Cook. Are they defeated?
Yeah.
Beauty.
Noted though, as you make that advance, the blue, hearing the sounds of you moving through that group of minions,
Yeah.
will turn and focus on you.
Fair enough.
They are attempting to ride up right now, potentially using the long arm.
Hopefully they get caught in some flowers. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
They get caught in some of the flowers traps.
I thought the flower traps were at the edge of the arena to prevent retreats. Somebody's gonna have to tell me how the intent of those is to work.
Like Sushi's.
That's
It's Sushi's
Sushi's.
thing.
Sushi,
Yeah.
So Sushi can use them.
like,
then. wants.
I think
where are the flowers?
Sushi
I
also
remember-
has another thing that they can do with this enforcer.
I mean, I was going to mention that one of the things that you can assign is like you can basically pick one of three things is when you create the minion, which is are they obedient, are they knowledgeable, or do they have human-like desires and interest? And I think Sushi basically gave them desires and interests are human-like.
What if they're cat?
What does that mean?
Just saying. I thought that would be more interesting for you to play with because they're not necessarily obedient to us.
Oh, so you're saying I want
Yeah.
to. But also, what if they're cat-like in their wants and desires, considering he made them?
So world domination.
And belly
know
rubs.
what?
I don't know.
That's fair.
Okay.
We've also
I'll
established there's
work
definitely
with
fun
that.
cops in there.
I do want to pass the spotlight to either Scott or Sushi at this point.
Yeah.
Who knows
something
what
you usually-
they're doing?
I have an idea.
Go for it.
Hit me with it.
Okay.
There's an opening on Adam Cook. There's an
Yeah.
enforcer bearing down on Neela.
So I was going to try and take the opening on Adam Cook.
Hey, tell me,
Um,
what does that look like? What does that mean? He's making these like long sweeping. He has to get in this low stance to be able to move this thing at all.
Mhm.
He's kind of making sumo strides. Excuse me.
So, between his rounds of firing, the minigun.
Let me clarify. It's not rounds. It is just like kind of a continuous spray back and forth.
Okay.
It's more like it's a bullet hose, right?
Right.
So strafes is probably the better way to think of it.
Between the bursts of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when there is a break in the hail of bullets, Scott is going to, from his vantage point, basically try and use his projectiles of a now magical nature, I guess, to basically try and target the gun to try and like jam it, like RoboCop style. Like target the barrels.
Word.
The spinner.
Yeah.
That sounds like
Um,
precise insight.
Yeah, I think so. So that'd be a coins roll, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Do I have advantage on this, or is it a regular roll?
I think this is regular, unless it's dependent on the cameras. Wait, mine was fleeting anyways, so we already used
Yeah,
it.
there was fleeting advantage from you, and then I don't think line it up gives you advantage. No,
No.
so this is just a vanilla roll.
Fucking hell.
Is your crew covenant intense?
Well, since I think I used it last time, I
But you
kind
might
of
have
doubt it.
upped it at the end of last time too, though, did you?
Wait, where is my crew?
Double check.
Top of Covenants. It should be the first one.
It is not. Oh, it's the second one.
Oh, okay.
And no, it is just bright. Oh shit.
Well, if you'd like, Sushi can fade their covenant from intense to bright and give you a reroll.
Okay, sure. If you don't mind.
Go for it. And I think what this looks like is sort of like a stabilization. You watch as like sort of the threads around Sushi's scarves, or the threads of Sushi's like scarf, which I guess it actually has turned more into like, I guess like the sort of rings that you kind of see like on like the magical familiars, to sort of like stabilize your I guess like stabilize the path of your shoot, I can't remember what you just threw.
Projectiles.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Fade that covenant, and you are striking.
Yeah. Do I roll one die or both? Or do I reroll one die?
No,
or
no,
both?
it's not a reroll.
Oh.
Oh, it's fleeting advantage. Yes, you can roll one more.
Is
Roll.
it?
Oh,
six.
okay.
Is it fleeting advantage? Hold on.
Well, so I think that we confused getting to fade a covenant versus helping. With helping, you don't fade a covenant; you just suffer consequences if the roll goes bad, and they get
I see.
a. And
Yeah,
to that they get a +1, which would get him to a mixed success.
7.
Yeah, there's help out and there's evoke the covenant. They are two different things.
Oh, fade the covenant. They're both. So one will give you advantage, and the other one will let you reroll one of your dice, which is functionally the same, but you could double them up in certain situations. So I think the thing here to do is roll one extra die. Scott.
Okay, so am I not? I'm not fading my covenant then. And I
You
just
are fading you're not fading your covenant, but you're going to share in the consequences here. No, that's fine, Scott. That moves you from
gets
a
me just enough to
Yeah.
It hits you to 7.
success. Yeah.
I get wanting to maybe get a 6 so that it can be a full success. But hey, at least it's not a miss anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. So, on a 7 to 9, you pick one. He's going to lash out, making you mark a condition. He's going to single you out and get an opening on you, or he reshapes the arena, introducing a new threat.
Okay. I'll say he singles me out.
Okay.
And I'll just yell at him like, "Awful trigger happy, huh? No wonder you love the police."
Ooh, excellent. He the gun rattles out of his hand, and you see him like look shocked, and then basically dive for cover, because the gun is now just sort of on the ground, locked in the firing position and spinning. I'm going to rotate through the 5 of you every 2 actions and tell you who it's targeting.
Jesus.
So it's just going crazy, doing breakdancing until it runs out of bullets.
If it's sort of back around to the top, I guess the blue would act next.
No, Sushi hasn't gone.
Ah, yes.
Well, Sushi is going to go ahead and line it up on the blue, if that's fine with y'all.
Yeah.
I think what this looks like is sort of Sushi's paying not so much more attention to the blue and more attention to Doris. So I think Sushi's more familiar with in general like how and one thing that Sushi notices is that if you get really close, and this is the same to like sort of like I guess anyone with like a long range weapon, but especially to Doris, if you get up and close to her leg, she's going to trip up. There's nothing she can do about that. So I'm gonna see if that is going to be a valid thing? Question mark.
Yeah, that's valid. You can line it up and basically try to find an opening where you can get in under her feet.
Maybe trip her up. Oh, strong hit.
Damn.
Nice work.
All right.
Nice.
Oh.
It's since it's something that's gonna be like you have to get real up close and personal to do that. I think they're definitely gonna see Sushi as he runs over to sort of like get in the way.
Okay. Yeah. So you have fleeting
sort of, like,
disadvantage
trip
on
Doris.
strike.
Yeah.
But yeah, the blue is sort of bobbling in the saddle, trying to figure out listening and trying to figure out how to make a strike on you if possible. And that brings us back to the top of the order.
Because I kind of want to deal with the wild gun, actually.
If you want to go and do that, I was gonna say there's an opening on the blue, and I've got a debt to pay.
Yeah, although I kind of want to go first so that it doesn't
Yeah, go for
actually
it.
shoot at someone since it's after every other turn. I can count to 2. So
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna keep doing what you're doing.
So I kind of want to use the castle move from my Moon Arcana. The when you reject your humanity and throw yourself into a battle, say how your body twists and changes. For the fight, you may mark a condition to either get an automatic 6- on Push You the Pain, go somewhere it'd be impossible for you to go normally, or turn your limbs into weapons. I want to go someplace I normally wouldn't be able to go, and I want that to be right behind the butt of this gun. Like, as it's moving. And the idea is, like, he's gone this liquid metal before, but since it's a lot more magic, it's more like he becomes, like, a silvery light, like, being made out of it, and sort of refracts his way around the arena spot. Like, just zipping out of a window.
Okay.
And I'm going to mark... I'm gonna say overwhelmed. Like, this is the fastest this child has gone, and he's already like this very ADHD brain, like, zipping around. He's getting close to overstimulation at this point. And what I would like to do is, I'm gonna take the sword and try and, like, bend it into a sort of almost, like, you know those things they used to catch snakes on the ground? Like a sort of pronged metal stick that you use to, like, pin a snake to the ground so you can safely pick it up so you don't have to, like, hurt it. He's basically going to make the sword into one of those and try and pin the front barrel of the gun between the spinner and the nozzle so that it stops spinning around everywhere and instead sticks to the ground.
Okay.
And if he can, then...
This sounds like pressure to me.
Sure.
Because you're not taking advantage of an opening. You're basically fighting back against a quasi gun.
Yeah. I don't have great at swords, but here we're gonna go. Woo!
Nice
Got a
work.
strong hit.
Okay, so there is an opening on you now, Jordan.
Yep.
Because you've kind of, like, wrangled your way, dodging bullets, trying to lock this thing down.
Mhm.
The rest of you see Adam pull the, sheriff star off his chest and kind of fling it down his arm, where it turns into essentially a Captain America shield.
Jesus Christ, I hate this man. Fuck, I'm so mad. Good job, all of you. Fuck. Oh my god.
You don't
That
like
is
the
kinda sick,
star
and I hate
shield?
to say it.
Ah!
That's perfect. I'm here to kill
It's
the
so good, I hate him.
what's his name? The American agent or something like that? The evil
US
version
agent.
of Cat. Yeah, the US agent. Here we fucking go. Do I still get to pick 2 from rolling good on my pressure?
Yeah, I think you need to pick pin them in place if you don't want the gun to continue spinning.
Well, so that's a question. The gun is a hazard. I can't say pin it in place and, as my second one, pin Adam Cook in place? Because I have a thought on that. Because I get to pick 2.
Normally you don't get to pick the same option twice.
Okay. I can throw him off balance with the same narrative move.
That would be exposing an opening.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, tell me.
When Jordan pins the gun, he gets just a moment of real momentum where he can spin it because he hasn't put his foot down on the back, and instead he spins it at Adam Cook, forcing him to put the shield up.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Up on the back end of the gun and let it just keep firing at him. I can't move now either, so he can march me down, but...
Yeah. And that is exactly what he's going to attempt to do.
Yeah. I'm gonna look him in the eyes, and my hologram, which is basically the suit and guitar, I think the guitar now looks like Prince's guitar, just to be real.
Yes.
The artist formerly known as Prince. It's like a crazy magic symbol, but that's still playing Adam Cook is a bitch-ass motherfucker on repeat. It just gets to exist until I detonate it, distracting them. I don't think any more benefit, but I'm gonna sing along to it. Jordan's just gonna sing along as he's being walked down by this guy with a shield.
Okay. Yeah. Who wants a next go?
Okay, so there's an opening on Adam. There's still that opening on the blue. Do we need to exploit the opening on the blue? We do need to, right?
Yeah, I don't think it'll last forever.
Narratively, I'm angry. I'm callous. I have advantage on acting on what callous means. I don't know what exactly what that
You-
would.
Did you take fleeting disadvantage on strike with your last line it up?
I did.
That's still gonna apply to if you choose to strike here, just so you know.
Even the blue, because it's not okay.
Yeah. It's
push
fleeting
through the pain
disadvantage
also
affects any strike that you might make.
Got it. Push through the pain does say I get fleeting advantage acting on whatever condition I marked, and I marked callous. Would they cancel each other out?
I sure do. That's how that works.
Cool. I'm asking the party here. Should I attack Adam Cook, or should I attack the blue?
I
You
was
have an
gonna go for
idea
Adam
for-
Cook, so
Got
feel
it.
free to go for the blue is kind of my thought, but like,
Yeah. No. There's narrative.
And you had an idea
here.
for it already.
Yeah, if you,
yeah.
I'm gonna.
you're the one with the
appear-
grudge, go for it.
I'm gonna come to the side of the hill that the blue is on, and I'm gonna line up the energy in my hand, and think about. I could send a beam that pierces through right the same spot I got shot, but that's not personal enough. I'm gonna jump from the top of the stairs and try and just suffuse, like, go for the head and suffuse the light on both sides of it, and just overload this machine.
Fuck.
I got +3 swords. This better work.
Let's go!
Waiting for this moment.
Oh my god. I'm so here for this.
Weak hit.
Hit?
Damn it.
But it's still a hit.
Still
I
hit
wanted
though.
The strong. Okay. 7 to
Now-
9, pick 1.
No, you're...
I'm gonna let them single me out. I didn't hear what you said.
You're
there.
aiming for their head, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think for an extra bit of narrative, right before I jump, I close my eyes entirely and I'm looking through my sight beyond sight.
Oh yeah.
It's like I'm playing a third-person game right now.
That would be so fucking disorienting.
Right?
Oh, man.
There's a reason VR is all first person.
What are you picking? Lash out, single you out, reshape the arena.
Single me out.
Okay. There's an opening on you. So who has openings right now? Jordan, Scott, and Jovan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are attacking the head, which means yeah. The perk that you or the quality you destroy on them is bright eyes, sharp ears. They can no longer attack in unexpected directions, ignore flashy distractions, or catch on to plans to cooperate. But Blue is now shrieking loudly, like a banshee, and you cannot verbally communicate with one another in any way.
I think if that shrieking starts happening, Jovan's just also gonna just start yelling at the same time. Like, I don't know how I land. Maybe I'm also now just on the front of Taurus. And I'm basically just like choking it out.
Dog horse? Damn.
No, not the
Okay.
horse. The blue out. We're just
The
both on
blue, the
back.
blue. Okay, got it.
So Doris is now stalled via cat, and the blue is now stalled via via Joe. Okay.
One of us
Yeah,
is
Jovan.
falling down here.
Just don't crush me under Doris, please.
Oh god.
Okay. Who's up next?
Is it me?
Uh-huh.
Well,
Sure.
Okay.
can be.
Cause I have dealt with the minions that were coming. And the enforcer looks pretty occupied. I'm going after Adam Cook.
Yeah.
There's an
Um,
opening.
There is an opening. However, before I do that, because I had that reach out, when I call on the minion for aid, I mark a void to describe how they reshape the shard's landscape or occupy a threat's attention for a while. I think they're going to continue to shape the landscape, right? We kind of had this moment of like us battling Adam Cook's reality to put something different in there, and I would like for the minions to continue to do that, right? I want them to continue.
What does that look like?
That's what I'm trying to
Because
figure out.
when it says reshape the landscape, like that can be part of it, but like this could create cover for you.
Mhm.
It could you could try to move like yourself and Adam Cook closer together. You could create a chasm so Adam can't just walk over to Jordan.
Yeah.
Like those are the kinds of options that you have with this.
Mhm. Yeah. It's okay. So let me reframe. What role was it? Was it Emperor's New Clothes where we tried to subvert their power?
Yeah.
Right. I want the minions to continue to subvert the power.
That's gonna keep happening. Like the subversion of power continues happening. If
Okay.
you want, like
What
effect
advantage do you want?
basically lets you do something that normally only the avatar can do, which is like change the physical landscape of this.
Got it. Okay.
space.
Okay, I'll hold off on that one then. I'm not too sure how I want to utilize that.
Okay.
But what I will do is take advantage of that opening. And I don't think Neela has anything to say to this man anymore. I think it's just a fight. I think she's just gonna strike.
Okay, strike with direct force.
Yeah.
Give us a swords roll.
I'm imagining
I-
like behind him into the opposite side of his shield, like the hardest place for him to
Yeah,
defend.
like if Adam Cook is looking this way, Neela's like, "Oh, I've just dealt with the minions over here. I'm diving
To
directly."
blindside
Like,
this man.
do you know what I mean? Like she
Mhm.
does
Yeah.
that full magical girl running leap at him, glaive and all. I don't think I have any type of advantage, so I'm just gonna roll regular. And it's a strong hit. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
It's kind of fun to see y'all face rolling the cop.
It's really
Especially
good.
after
It's
the
really
terrible
good.
rolls of the last time.
Yeah, this is yeah, we had such bad rolls last time that I'm so stressed, but it's good
Yeah.
for me that I get to beat a cop up.
I
It's good for
know.
me. I'm not even gonna lie.
The dice, no.
The dice know.
Okay. You break one of the foe's qualities. So he is down to 2 qualities. Whew. Okay. I'm gonna say in this fight, there's an attempt that he makes as your glaive comes in. He brings that shield down, trying to block both you and the rain of bullets from the good guy's gun. And you catch the inside of the shield, like underneath its like light projection, and you wrench it off, and it shatters.
Yes, please.
When it does, the shards litter the battlefield and grow into large spiked crystals that are painful to touch.
Ooh.
So it is going to limit your ability to move around freely on the ground. I'm gonna
No.
if you try to like switch targets now, I will make you, what's the name of the move? I will make you flow like water first.
Okay, good to know. I
Or
probably won't. I'm probably just
dodge.
gonna keep railing on this guy just to be real with you. But yeah, good to know.
I guess flow like water and dodge kind of work the
Well-
same. You can pick between them.
To me,
Fair
it
enough.
seems like when Dodge says when you try to avoid incoming danger, that's not the same
Yeah.
as moving around it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It would be during athletics to get from where I am to somewhere else. But no, I'm probably going to continue railing on this guy, so I'm fine with the fact that there's stuff now around me that limits my movement.
All right.
Although if you
that
wanted
brings
to
us-
change the battlefield with your one thing, that's not a bad one to pick if that becomes
Yeah,
a
it's
problem.
not a bad one to pick, it's to make it disappear. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Okay. That brings us to Sushi and Scott. You have 2 left.
Alright. Let's see.
Excuse me, 2 left on the justifier, and 2 left on the blue.
The
Okay.
justifier.
That-
Every time I hear that name.
It's just so gross.
Let's see.
Out of curiosity for myself, who's technically engaged with who right now? So, avoiding these spikes.
I'm engaged with Adam Cook, and I
Am
think
I?
Sushi. Oh, that's a good question.
You are not. You are not immediately engaged with Adam Cook.
Okay.
You are at a distance.
You are engaged with gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're engaged with Gun.
Congratulations on your impending nuptials to the gun.
Sushi and Jovan, I would say, are at engagement range with the blue, and then Scott is kind of like off to the side. You
Still
described
have
your
a
attack
confidence.
as being at a distance against
Yeah.
Adam Cook. So if you get into melee, or if you continue to use ranged attacks, we would handle those appropriately.
Okay.
Keep
What
in
are the
mind that
fantasy
you can't
versions of it?
communicate between each other. So, because of the ongoing shrieking from
Yeah.
the blue.
Mm.
Yeah.
What do the fantasy versions of the platforms look like? Are they just clouds? Are you just like Smash
Oh,
Bros.
yeah, we
cloud
didn't,
platforming?
Talk about that.
Oh my god, yeah, yeah. Can't it just be jumping between clouds, magical girl style?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like Smash Bros. Platforms. You can just go in and out of them.
Fair enough. Scott, is there anything I like to do, or can I?
I have a slight idea.
Do it. Do
Okay.
it.
So I actually am gonna try and use some of those platforms to get away from the spikes. So and then from a higher ground, I am going to try and let me see if let me just check that I'm doing this right. Yeah. I'm going to try and I guess like distract or disorient the blue from where I am. And so I'm going to start firing like or throw I'm going to try and like conjure basically like little like cherry bomb type things and start throwing them in the like and start throwing them like around where the blue is, so like they'll start going off on all sides of it to
Okay. So be startling the dog horse, probably.
And it'd probably like they're considered one unit here.
Yeah.
Would you describe this as more of like you launching an attack, or you try to bolster your allies down there?
more bolstering the allies, I think.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a stand with me using cups.
Okay. Cups is not my best. It's not my worst, but it's not my best.
I
It's
believe
cups
in
or
you.
swords.
Yeah. Well, swords is also not my best. God damn it.
No.
Yeah. Great that we
Evoke
got
a
all.
Covenant.
I don't have any covenants left to evoke.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Last time was when we got all our bad rolls out. Yeah, totally.
Aw, buddy.
I feel
just
like
all
your luck
localize them.
constantly goes in opposition to everybody else's luck, because I feel like the sessions where you're rolling well, everybody
Everyone
else is eating shit,
suffers.
and then the scales turn back, and you're the only one having a really hard time.
Always when we fight the boss that I can't
Yeah,
get in.
kind of.
It's rough out there.
man.
Okay, so here's what happens. There's an opening on you already, and I think basically the blue sort of sees through the ruse, and a hand shoots out grabs you and drags you along the ground, ricocheting you off crystals to bring them within striking distance. I would like you to push through the pain.
All right.
That sucks.
Okay. Well, good news is I don't have any conditions marked.
That is great news.
So.
And if your rolls keep being
Are you
low,
fucking,
son of a
are you
bitch,
fucking kidding
Are
me?
you kidding me?
I shouldn't have said anything.
Said nothing.
Okay.
He doesn't roll low, he's rolling bad, and that's the difference,
Oh
kids.
no!
The game knows.
Man.
On a 10 plus, it's crushing. Pick one. Mark two conditions.
Buddy.
You can double up and get fleeting advantage acting on each. Collapse unconscious until the current danger has passed, overlooked by enemies, or shift a rank of world to void and unleash this new strength in a brutal and indiscriminate way. Also, keep in mind for any misses that you've gotten so far, you can continue to rack up world.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, that's your XP.
Okay, I think I am gonna mark 2 conditions.
That makes sense. What are you marking?
So I'm so the combination of everything that is happening with between like Adam Cook and his minigun and him like firing on a bunch of teenagers and this insistence on styling himself as some kind of fucking hero and now just being pulled through a field of spikes. Scott is getting increasingly pissed off at everything, so I'm going to mark angry and I'm going to mark overwhelmed at the sheer volume of shit that is going on. Going wrong.
Don't forget, when you act on those, you get fleeting advantage. And that's for each condition that you've marked. So
Right.
Okay, Sushi, you're the only one who hasn't gone in this round. What would you like to do?
I was going to line it up, but I think what I'm going to do instead, and Sushi's not particularly good at this, but I think Sushi's going to try and pressure the blue into putting more attention on them than either Joe or Scott.
So you're kind of launching an attack here. What does that look like?
Yeah, and I think if I could flavor it, I think I'd like to have it so that like Sushi sort of like expands in size, and what you see are like 2 claws that are aiming right for, like, one paw is going for Doris's eyes and the other one's going for the blues, like just straight for the face, like it just like 2 claws aimed towards them, just like not like haphazardly, but the point is that Sushi wants them to turn towards both him and in the direction of the stage area.
Okay.
Sorry, I just remembered something, so it was just like the face.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll. I think that's plus swords.
Yes, Sushi's very bad at this. We're gonna try though. And
I believe in you.
It's gonna be very haphazard.
Oh!
Can I forgo my next turn to help out?
I'd have to roll like one of those as a 6 or better, and the consequences apply to both of us, I think.
It might be worth
it's a 5 or better. But it's
Yeah.
still you'd be running on 30% odds.
Yeah. Or
Not great.
Yeah, I could fade a covenant with Horus and reroll.
Up to you. I'm fine forgoing my next turn to help, or if you want to choose to fade a covenant, that's fine too.
I'm gonna go ahead and fade my covenant with Horus and try again.
Does that let you reroll all the dice, or does it just let you reroll one?
one of your dice.
So it's still 30% odds.
Let's see. It's a magic component. Reroll.
Yeah, it's
one.
one.
Okay.
Now, technically speaking, though,
Nah,
No.
I gotta roll the one.
Ouch.
Okay.
you got.
Yeah. I think you got here. I'm going to ask you to push through the pain.
Okay. Well, let's see what that looks like. I'm rolling. I'm rolling.
What's conditions?
2d6. That's a 7.
Okay, so that's a weak hit. The pain marks home, mark a condition, and get fleeting advantage acting on it.
I mean, sushi. So sushi. I think just like straight up got barreled through, and I think this is going to either be. I think it makes sense that maybe sushi is. I'm debating between either like angry or perhaps insecure. I literally messed up in.
Oh.
So
For
Either of those
BB.
I think either of those makes sense here. Gotta be your call.
what's with I think yeah. I think we're gonna go with insecure.
Okay. All right. So, I believe we're back at neutral. Anybody can take a turn at this point, but there's openings on. I believe there's still an opening on Jordan.
I was gonna ask
because
if your gun is
you're
done
pinned
shooting.
down.
Yeah. Because I think I have an opening until it's done. But if it's still going, I guess it's fair to say Adam Cook isn't standing in the line of fire after he got hit, so.
Yeah. I think you can lock it down at this point, so it's just continually firing in the same direction. But
Okay.
it's magical. It doesn't stop firing. The only thing that can stop it firing is him pinging it up and turning it off. And he
Oh,
is not in a
smart,
position to do that. Smart's certainly something to call it.
It's like the opposite of a safety somehow.
I am thinking of pressuring Adam Cook because I think Neela wants to literally look at him and be like, you're so pathetic. You can't even shoot a gun. Look at like you dropped the gun and it's just spinning in circles and shooting at all of us. You fucking idiot. Do you know what I mean? Like
Can't even
Yeah.
shoot straight.
he can't
Well,
even shoot straight. Like
If
so
it
pathetic.
pleases you and our lovely GF, can I continue, instead of locking it down, just try and readjust it to keep firing at him? Like, it'll be probably still pressure, because it's going to be basically me trying to kick the butt of the gun with my heel in the direction I want the barrel. Like, I think that might be a trick and a half to do, but...
So you want to pressure Adam Cook with that, and
Yeah, if the gun's still
it
firing...
sounds like you're
then
both
I can
trying
still
to
rotate.
pressure here. So decide between the two of you
Yeah.
who wants
I
to
think-
do this.
I think I am trying to pressure Adam Cook, and it sounds like Tate is trying to pressure the gun, basically.
I'm trying
Well-
to move the gun to use it at him.
That could be either of those could be a strike, right?
Mhm. I do think that what I described as a strike is probably direct force. So it's a 6 is for me either way.
Do you want an opening? Because if I pressure, I can try to get an opening.
Yeah, well, I'm saying I could do that too if you have a strike that you have good stats for.
I
Because-
have a +1 in swords, so like
Where else is your +1? You have 2 +1s.
yeah, it's in swords and it's in wands,
I only have the 1+1.
which is stealth and
One.
guile.
I know Neela took +1s to stats
Oh, yeah,
as one of the shadow
Yeah,
advances.
yeah. My stealth and guile / dodge is a +1, and my direct force, aka swords, is a +1.
Okay.
I'll leave it up to you which one you want to do because it's kind of swords for me either way, and it's the same action either way. Try shoot Adam.
Yeah. Do you? I was going to pressure because it exposes an opening
for it.
on Adam, and
Yeah.
just if that feels useful to you, if you want to do a
Let's-
strike.
You said yours first, Leona, so let's do
Okay.
Neela's action
sure.
first.
Okay, sure. That sounds
I
like a
was
good
gonna
way.
I hate to be the kid that asks for homework, but I think pressure only gives you the opening.
It
No,
says
no,
you
no, it
expose
exposed
an opening.
That's the same wording. Exposing an opening on somebody can be eaten up by anybody.
I see. Maybe because when I was reading pressure, it says they're thrown off balance and you get an opening on them.
They will retaliate. No, yeah. No matter what, they'll retaliate. They get an opening on you, but on a 7 to 9 pick one, you expose an opening on them, as well.
Oh, mine says something different. Okay.
For pressure?
It says
Yeah,
you get
I-
an opening on them in the character sheet, but on the actual move list, it is.
I'm looking
You
on the
expose
move
an opening.
list.
Yeah, the
Ah,
move list is the more accurate one.
I've been reading off of my character.
We-
sheet.
Oh,
We did
that
have to
one
custom
can be
make
accurate.
this, and there's some, yeah.
There's some copy pastas.
Yeah, that one might not be 100% accurate, so I would recommend looking at the book if you can.
Yes.
Okay, so I will roll plus swords. Fuck this motherfucker, he's so pathetic he can't even shoot a gun straight. We can't. I'll take it.
Excellent. There's an opening on you as the two of you kind of lock in. What does the opening on him look like?
Ooh, I thought you were gonna tell me that.
Nope.
How are you trying to give me the advantage to shoot this man?
Yeah.
I think I'm... Psychological damage. I think I am trying to get to him. I'm trying to get under his skin. I'm trying to be like, you are a
Yeah.
pathetic motherfucker. You will never be a cop. You're not even a good cop. You can't even shoot a gun straight. You know, like, she is just laying into him verbally. Enough that she's hoping that he's gonna kind of freeze up a sec.
That feels
Oh,
like
yeah.
enough then.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then,
Just
regardless
no
of if it's-
peripherals.
Just what?
Just no peripherals on this man. He is
No.
entirely focused on you. I even want to say, like, you're locked into this fight and his back is completely turned to Jordan.
I'll take it. I'll
Uh,
take it.
In my head, they've moved to a position where the gun isn't even like just left or right, it's like sideways. Like it's not even pointing anywhere. He's to my right. And just at that line, it's like you can't even fire a gun straight. I feel like Jordan has to be a little cheesy. He's like, but I can fire a gun gay, and I'm gonna try and kick this thing in that direction. Which again feels like direct force, so swords.
Yeah, do it.
Yep. Hit it.
You got this. You got this.
Oh, sorry, just one more thing I have to fill out.
Oh no!
Well, no, I'm going to fade a covenant.
Re-roll that one. Which covenant are you fading?
I'm fading Nico's because I feel like Jordan's not been paying attention to him recently. His
Is it
relationship.
Intense? Is it intense right now?
Oh, does it have to be intense?
It has to be intense.
Then it'll be my crew one. Goes from intense to bright.
Okay.
And I believe there's a thing that happens here. The others say which rebel steps in to help you out. The architect says how they're placed in danger.
I mean, I'm already laying into this man. I
You're,
can continue to
you are in
emasculate
the
him.
line of fire here.
I am.
is the thing.
Yeah. I'll just continue to like emasculate this man, and I recognize that I might get shot at in the process.
This is basically did my
Racking
quick
up
help you
numbers of
dodge.
How many bullets have been fired at you?
Come on.
No, what is happening? What? I should keep track of
It's
how
the
many
same
more
number.
bullets to get hit with. Is that what you're saying, Milan? Jesus.
36 plus X and still standing.
That's what I was gonna
have
say.
a t-shirt. Fuck.
Um,
Well,
yeah.
I have a castle move that maybe is... I hold one every time that I take an injury, and I can bend one, but it says to give another rebel fleeting advantage. I guess no, so that wouldn't work.
No, fleeting advantage would work here. It would
But it's
be
another rebel, not me.
yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. Never mind.
Unless we're counting me fading the covenant is...
No. That's still your role.
Fair. Alright.
I think the consequence here is, Neela, you're going to have to push through pain.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's the thing that makes the most sense to me.
That's
We're
fine.
getting a lot of mileage out of that move.
It's super fair though. So here's the thing: I have no conditions marked.
Great. Roll +0.
Do we have a button on our sheet for that, or like how do I do this?
Just roll 2d6.
2d6
Yeah.
plus 0.
Yep.
Okay. Just gonna roll 2 straight d6s. 7, 6, and 1.
Okay, so the pain hits home. You mark a condition and get fleeting advantage acting on it. What you mark
Like
in?
condition, the fleeting advantage acting on it. Okay. I mean, she's angry. Let's be clear. She's pissed. There's no denying the way she feels about Adam Cook. Like I want to be very clear. This is not a side of Neela that y'all normally see. Neela was formerly the provider. She was normally the caring, sweet girl. She was a magical girl. This isn't magical girl of her. To be like ripping into a man, to be like yelling at them, like almost in a very toxic way, like, you know, yeah, this is a villain, but this is a darker, nastier side of her. Like, she is so blindingly furious at this man. And it might be a little scary. So that's angry. But no, we lost somebody.
Yeah.
Take it back. Okay.
It's actually gone.
I think we should just keep moving. Because Tate did just take an action, so we have
Did he come back?
3 actions for Tate to get back in here. Well, technically 7. We could run all the way back up and down the order here.
Yeah.
I've got an idea, which I think can lead into what something in particular.
Sushi, you had something that you wanted to try, right?
I did have something I wanted to try.
I was gonna try and set up for that if you wanted.
Okay.
If you want, unless you want to just go for it.
Check in with each other.
I am all cool with you wanting to do a setup. I think I don't know. I'm not sure if there's like anything like I need to do to actually get it to work. For sure. It's just.
I think you would just tell me that you're using the move, and we would narrate it.
I see. Then no need to do anything.
And I guess I'll go ahead with it. And if you want, you can just narrate how you're setting it up while we actually.
What I was going to do is I was going to do a pressure to force the blue off of his horse, and then you could do the thing. Is what I was going to try and do. Because I think that would look cool. Something to be said about it looking cool as being the good enough reason to do it.
Y'all tell me.
Is that all cool? Do you want me to try?
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it.
All right. I'm rolling a pressure. Swords is my strong hit. Finally. Woo! I haven't rolled a strong hit with swords, I think, in 3 fights, and I have a +3.
That's wild.
Statistics, baby.
I'm just going to. I think Jovan, for a second, is really angry seeing Sushi get partially trampled by the blue. And a bit of the fire magic, flares up in, small bursts around. And I'm just gonna flip around, wrap my hands and, punch open the back of the blue's, machinery and grab wires as if it were hair and, wrap it, and just pull the blue off with force of will onto the floor.
Okay, so the blue doesn't have wires. They are flesh and blood like you. But they are covered in bandages.
Then I will grab a fistful of the bandages and pull them onto the floor. And I'm gonna just like, I have my knee on their like lower back, and I'm just pointing the Blue's head directly at Sushi. I'm gonna pin them in place, preventing them from moving, and I'm gonna give an ally the window to act freely. And I'm gonna say,
yeah.
do not hurt my friends. And I'm
Yes.
gonna point the Blue at Sushi right now, so that it's forced to blow.
And I think what this looks like is Sushi sort of like paws sort of thudding pads over towards the Blue. And you watch as I think what this looks like is sort of like Sushi takes a sniff of the bandages and you watch as he presses a paw to it. And it sort of dyes itself in this brilliant vermilion color. And in that space, you see more threads. I think, if you don't mind me taking this liberty, I think it looks like there's like these threads of what, like, I guess, like, you know, like the red thread of fate that sort of connect the Blue to Adam in the shape of these almost tattered bandages, and Sushi's just going to take a single claw and cut the thickest one.
Okay. The like line coming from those bandages disintegrates backwards, back around and around and around the Blue's head. And what you see revealed beneath is a man's face. He has a large mustache and sighted eyes. The Blue wasn't blind because of the nature of their body or because of any disability. They were blinded in order to be easier to control. They look at you. They nod. And they stand and survey the destruction and the fear and the danger that Adam Cook presents. And with Justice no longer blind, they mount Doris, ready to ride on your side of the fight. Yeah. Sushi, you've pulled the Blue over to your side of the fight. Any openings on your immediate companions? Gone. Here's the thing. Adam Cook doesn't lose an extra condition from, or doesn't lose an extra quality. The Enforcer still exists. Adam is still able to draw that power. But the Blue is not necessarily acting in Adam's interest anymore. So, Scott, you're the only one I think who hasn't taken an action this round. The Blue has let you go. What do you do?
Well, I guess there's probably not much point in attacking it. Now that it's not directly hostile to us. Which means, I guess the only thing left to do is go after Adam.
Join me, my friends.
There's not an active opening on him right now, right? We can see
No,
the
I did.
opening with a strike.
Oh,
There was an
yeah,
attempt to
the
strike, which consumes the
failed.
opening.
Yeah.
Oh, is that all it is then?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Oh, on any hit,
No.
you remove the opening. So yeah.
There's still an opening on Adam Cook.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
strike failed. Yeah!
Yeah, hit him.
Get him!
Knock
Get
him
him!
in the back.
Get him! Get him! Get him!
You've got fleeting advantage if you do this angry style.
Who, me?
Angry.
No, I
No,
mean,
Scott.
Yeah.
I forget which was the other one that you took. Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed.
yeah. I might. The problem is like how to get to him.
Your weapons are ranged though, aren't they?
You can get
Yeah.
to it forever.
I can also call upon the minion void, the void and the minions to reshape the landscape and get rid of the pain spikes. I think we can do that. And just make them disappear so you can get your butt over here.
I mean, so I could try and conjure an attack and just like yeet it at him.
I'm into it.
Knock him in the back.
Do it.
Like
He's
try and
distracted by me.
snipe him from where I am.
Yeah.
All right. So that would be a precise insight, I guess, or that's a precision attack. So I guess.
Unless you can justify
Coin?
a precision attack that's angry.
I mean, you can have a precision attack that's angry. I don't think there's anything wrong with shooting like an attack with just like putting all of it. One time when I was in elementary school, I got so mad at something that somebody said to me during baseball practice that I threw like 4 perfect innings of baseball, and I never was able to do it again.
I'm just trying to figure out what to roll with, because it seems like coins for a sniping
If
attack.
you're sniping, coins does sound correct.
We could make an argument for swords if you're better at it.
I'm not.
Okay, never mind.
So fingers crossed.
Rolling with advantage. Rolling
Oh,
with
and I have
advantage.
advantage.
You do have advantage.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, look at
Finally.
you go. Okay, so,
So I am just gonna like magic missile this dude, basically.
Yes.
hell yeah. Okay, so he has that little like computer on his wrist, and he has a lasso at his hip. What are you targeting?
Ooh, I am going to pierce through the lasso with my missile.
Okay. Evens or odds?
Ah, frick. Evens.
Evens. Okay. You're even. The folks who are already over by Adam are odd. Okay. The lasso bursts into the air and then turns into bolas, pulling.
Or it turns into what?
Bolas.
Oh,
Bolas.
bolas. Okay.
Yeah. And it,
Cool.
they're like they're weights on the end of ropes that are meant to like
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
get around your legs. Yeah, that was for the benefit
I
of
always
people who
thought that
didn't
was
know.
pronounced bolos.
Is it bolas?
I have no idea which one.
It's
I just-
BLAS. So I've always said bolas.
I've always said bolas.
bolas.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Whatever it is, it's those. And it flies out, catching both Mila and Jordan, and kind of swamping you together.
Hey, Jordan.
What happens to the gun I was standing on top of?
It's firing again. You pinned
I feel like I was
it.
jumping around.
Here's the thing: you pinned it in place so that it could only hit it with your like force. That was why you spent a whole turn on it, right?
Yeah, just I was actively keeping it down. That's why I was pinned down. So if I move,
I see.
like this
I
wasn't
guess
a
it's-
permanent
I guess it's
installation.
firing again. You've convinced me. I do have a target selected for it.
Oh God.
After the next move, it will fire on Scott.
Fuck.
Okay, but we've at least destroyed the lasso, right?
Yeah, lasso's destroyed except for around the two of you. I'm gonna also consider that an opening on the both of you.
Yeah. Darn it.
We're back
All
up
right.
to the top, right?
Yeah.
So I try and dodge, I guess. Can I
Yeah,
dodge?
you can go ahead and dodge as the shots spray towards you.
So those wands.
I'm gonna look to the blue. Do
God
these
damn it.
crystals look like they would impede this giant dog horse?
There's not an opening on you right now, Scott. Take an opening, and you are pinned down by fire as this gun is like holding you in place.
Okay.
Sorry, what was that question, Milan?
Is it going to be a turn if I ask the blue to get me over to that side?
The blue could do that for you. I would say use a void, spend void, or increase void to do this. Kind of like if you had done a, what do you call it? Reach out. Mark void.
Yeah.
I'll take a void for that. Why not? I'm only on 2 advances already.
It's fine.
It's
There's
fine.
nothing wrong with a little extra
fine.
void.
I'm on that.
I'm always
So
saying.
fun.
Scott, don't forget to mark world for
Yeah, I just did.
the miss.
So, how large is Sushi right now? Can I also just pick up Sushi?
No, you can't pick up Sushi. Sushi was big.
Yeah, Sushi
Okay.
would
The
have
orange cat.
Alright, well, whatever. I'm gonna ask the void to take, or the blue to take me over there. Well, I guess I am asking the void, arguably.
Let
The void says yes.
take you.
Weird roundabout sort of way. Yeah.
We're gonna do a cool moment, like when they grab each other's hands and, you're gonna be like, have you
just to
on
be
the
clear,
team?
I'm imagining the blue, who is now just like the Justice Arcana, as looking like Bass Reeves.
awesome. And I'm gonna
Don't
be like,
disrespect
Bruce.
fast moves like that.
I think that this is a respectful transition where like we've taken something that was being corrupted and turned it into
It's idealized form.
its an idealized form. There's a reason that justice was blind. I'm saying something. There's a metaphor.
Yes,
I
yes,
thought you
yes.
meant Adam
Yep,
Cook
yep.
was
No,
looking
no,
like
no, no, no,
Bass
no, 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 no. It doesn't look like Bass Reeves. It looks like, it looks
Like,
the
wait a
most
minute.
mediocre fucking
Several
white guy
things
of all
wrong.
time. No, the blue looks like Bass Reeves now,
I'm
and is
glad
now
we-
just a spirit of justice.
I'm glad we've unreversed his Arcana. So I'm gonna jump on the back of Doris and get over there. My allies are in a net. The gun is firing. So of course I should deal with one of these two things. So instead I'm gonna pressure Adam Cook.
I can totally get out.
Yes, yes, yes. That was the correct answer.
Strong hit. I'm gonna throw him off
Yes.
balance so he gets an opening on him. And
Right?
if I choose give an ally a window to act freely, can that be saving one of my friends from the lasso?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, I'm gonna get over there with the tinges of the anchor just sparking off the light into flames wherever it's like one of those slow sparks that catch from a fire, but in reverse. Like it's a piece of light from the corona lands on the edge of the rope and just, hopefully painlessly, ignites it and like burns enough away that, ooh, which friend do I like more? I'm kidding, that's not the reason.
Or you can leave it open-ended.
I can
think-
get out of this.
Actually, hold
Yeah,
on.
I was
I
gonna
can
say,
get
I
out of
think
this.
I trust Jordan to be able to slip ropes. That guy's slippery like an eel. So I'm gonna let I'm gonna let Mila out. And then
Thanks.
as that's happening, I think that's an unconscious thing. I'm just directing light from my hands into straight up almost like it's becoming a swirling physical mass, and I'm just pointing it at a hook right I haven't actually necessarily fired it off yet, but it's like harsh sunlight.
It's his turn to be blind now.
Yes, it is.
Hey!
You see how this doesn't help you judge anything at all, motherfucker?
Yeah! Tell him!
Now,
Tell
what
him!
was that about you choosing where the eyes see? And I'm gonna try and make all of
Tell
his
him.
cameras point at me right now, and that blinding light making it impossible for him to focus on even anything else.
I love that. Okay.
He does get an opening on me because I pressure. But I have an opening on him.
Wait, whose turn to the left? Okay,
Yeah, whose turn to left?
Everyone. That was,
We just hit the top of
Yeah.
the round, so that was
Yeah.
Milan. So
Anyone can go.
anybody can act. The only one who's impeded by
Anything.
anything. Well, I guess there's two people impeded by things.
Alright.
Is Scott and Jordan. Sushi, you would have to make a movement roll to get into range. Neela, you are free to act.
Did I just go for it, y'all?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, the glee on everyone's faces was all I needed. She'll strike again. Are you kidding me? No hesitation. Do I get fleeting advantage of any kind? No.
Well, what did you...
Did you just
get injured?
Didn't you just take a
Anger,
condition
right?
from?
Thanky.
That feels like strike to me.
Well, no. You get fleeting advantage when you push after you push through the pain and receive a.
But is that only on passing notice and dodge, or is that on anything that I do?
No, that's
next?
what you get disadvantage until you clear that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You get, from push through the pain, you get fleeting advantage the next time you do something based off of that condition.
Angry.
Being angry.
I thought it said and get fleeting advantage acting on it, meaning anytime
Yeah,
that I
you-
acted on the disadvantage. Okay.
No.
No.
Okay, I
That
misunderstood.
would just undo itself.
Yeah. That's fair.
That's
Okay.
the conversation.
Okay. I get advantage. Sorry. Yeah, I guess we did. No, my God! Wow, that's rough.
Well, hold on. What were those rolls? A 2 and a 1.
2,
and a
1, and a
one and a
2.
two.
Do you have any bright covenants?
That's an area code somewhere.
Shit. Hold on. That's very good. Shit. Intense covenants, you mean, right?
Intense covenants.
Angel.
Okay. How does Angel either metaphysically or like emotionally help you in this moment?
I think. Give me a sec here. I think she draws strength from that in the sense of like. In a way, she has kind of neglected Angel. Like, she has been so deep in all of this stuff. She's been freaking out about her parents. She hasn't worried necessarily about Angel. And I think that is what kind of fades the Covenant a little bit. But I think what she draws strength from is a desperation to live, to survive, and to overcome this because she needs to see him again.
Okay. I assume you're gonna re-roll the 1.
Yeah.
That seems smart, yeah.
Yeah. And I just roll 1d6?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, please, yeah! Oh, yes,
Okay, so that's 2 plus a 6
That's a
plus a
9.
1, so that's a 9. That's a success.
Ooh,
And
baby.
with that, how do you want to do this? This is the last strike on Adam Cook.
I think. Oh my god, I will take anyone's suggestions, but I think it is just Neela diving directly at him, glade directly in.
You could
If you'll
cut
permit
me,
me,
it's
in
not
Hinduism and Hindu mythology, there are poses where Hindu goddesses destroy evil asuras, and it looks like that, where she is standing atop him, glaive driven in, or
Okay.
next to him if we don't want to do a lethal blow, and she is
What if it's
just
into the wrist computer?
It's it's directly into the wrist computer, and you will not hurt anyone anymore.
The wrist computer is pinned against the ground. You're standing above him. You remember how your dad,
Oh motherfucker! Oh, shit.
had like that image, very similar of like the additional arms of a Hindu god.
Yeah.
What aspects of godhood do you take on in this like moment, this freeze frame that we get at the end of the episode?
Did I have a fever dream, or did we associate him with Lord Shiva?
I think it was Shiva.
I believe
Yeah.
so.
There's a lot of mythology shit I could pull from. Lord Shiva is the destroyer god. He is someone who is about those types of things. This destruction, I think, of Adam Cook's avatar in this form, basically. I think that energy flows through her. Her glaive looks like Lord Shiva's trident. For a brief moment. For a brief moment, we see those elements.
Yeah. So he's moving to get his wrist out of the way.
Yeah.
But your glaive morphs into the trident as it like pierces it.
Yeah.
Which allows you to pin his arm to the ground as you break his computer. That is our ending frame as the dust settles and silence falls over the castle.
Ah, shit.
And with that, we are gonna call it for today.
Oh, fuck, we did it, guys. We did it.
There's gonna be more to clean up next time, so don't you all worry. We will see what happens with Adam Cook. We will head back into the city and do a little bit of wrap up. We are going on hiatus because the world within you is a collaboration between all of us, but unfortunately, I'm a little more collaborating than everybody else here at the table. I would not.
Wonderful GF.
I have a kid on the way, and the due date is at the beginning of April, so we get one more episode to wrap things up. Fingers crossed. Think due date on time thoughts. Think regular mature labor thoughts to help us get that last episode. I would love to pass you around to all of my friends at this table, the wonderful collaborators that I have. Let's start off with Leona.
Oh boy. Okay, hello, my name is Leona. You can find me all over the internet at the Leona People. This was a big arc for Neela. I wasn't prepared for it to be this big of an arc for Neela. I'm excited to hopefully see the next arc when after hiatus be big arcs for everybody else too, but this has been so incredible. There were so many moments here tonight that I was not prepared for. Things that I want to shout out. Apochromatic Unlimited is continuing to do Black History Month, raising money for Black Girls Rock. Please come check us out. We have more programming on the 28th. There might also be a boycott happening on that day, so stay tuned to your social medias because there's stuff happening. I don't know if Apochromatic's gonna do that, but I can tell you that stuff is happening. So keep those two things in mind. Support Black Girls Rock. Come watch us on the 28th. I'm just gonna announce it because it's basically official at this point. Apochromatic Unlimited and Neon Lights Roleplay for the month of March for Women's History Month are doing a battle royale. We are both channels having our own Tiltify setup for Indigenous Women Rising, and the two channels are going to duke it out to see which channel can just get the most donations for Indigenous Women's Rising. Winner gets bragging rights.
That fucking rules.
Winner gets bragging rights. We haven't finished the social media graphic; it's in progress, but that is a thing that is happening in the background. Is a dual channel collaboration. It's a fundraising competition, battle royale, all month long, Women's History Month, going alongside your regular programming. If anyone wants to do anything special for it, let us know, but we haven't picked out anything special. But yes, that is happening. So, happy Black History Month, and then happy Women's History Month next month. I will see you here next month so that I can promote that to y'all. That's all I've got.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Hell
Thank you.
yeah.
This has been huge for me tonight, y'all. Thank you.
Let's go in a more normal order this time. Let's scooch down to Michelle.
Hey, hi, it's me, Michelle. And I played Sushi today, who freed the blue. Which was freaking awesome. But otherwise, you can find me here. You can find me here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is the
Uh,
only place she exists.
Hey.
Next, that means that we have Milan.
Hey, my name's Milan. I was playing Jovan. They rhyme. That was not intentional. Don't make a thing of it. I had a great time tonight. I don't have anything to shout out other than, of course, the neon lights. Everyone here is so wonderful and amazing, and I'm just a freeloader who's sometimes on in everyone's business. And I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on.
That passes it over to Dan.
I'm Lan the Dan. I have a Twitter and a Blue Sky. They're both Lan the Dan. I'm not currently in any other things. That may change in the coming weeks, but that's then and this is now.
Oh, yeah.
And I
Slide
guess that
up.
would be up to
Hey.
me then. Well, hello Twitch and hello Internet. It has been a wonderful time playing Jordan Karsten, the Harlequin, and my name is Tate Washburn. I did that backwards for some reason. You can find me at Tate the Terrific on any social media I care to be found. If you find me anywhere else, no, you didn't. What you should really do is follow the Neon Lights Roleplay Blue Sky account. Neon Lights Roleplay, not our play on that one, because it has several people who are much funnier than me running it, and it's where we announce all our cool stuff. Or you could join us on our Discord, where we meme and chat and apparently build things to make us be in pain in this game. It's
So much
how it
pain.
is. It's a great place to hang out. It's really fun. As far as things to announce, join me Saturday, the 1st of March, for the second episode of Knights of New Avalon. To all those who seek adventure, justice, and big damage numbers that come out of the enemy's head, it is a Beacon Odyssey game of Final Fantasy-esque proportions, and the only NLR game with a double XP on Mondays. Please join us as we explore the Azure Sands and why you know what, crazy, wild stuff. It's easier if you just show up. We'll recap at the beginning. Yeah.
I don't know how I would say no to double XP, so we better see you there. Hi, everybody. I'm Legendary Vermin. You can find me everywhere on the internet as Legendary Vermin. Any place on the internet that matters, whether that's Blue Sky, YouTube, itch.io, your favorite video game, I'm there. I'm Legendary Vermin. Please, please, please check out the other shows that I am in here. I am currently a player in a game called Fading Chronicle. Tears of Divinity Fading Chronicle is the full title. You get to see me hang out as a lady who loves her robot. Literally. Hoink.
Sounds familiar.
Exactly. This Wednesday, there is the first episode of Jump City Sirens. Come check us out. I'm not going to be there for that because I'm at a baby class, but you'll get to see the first episode, and then I will be there 2 weeks from Wednesday to be Super and Hero. Foxy is running that game. Foxy's an excellent GM. Always worth checking out those games. Finally, after a year of waiting on art from somebody, I'm moving the art thing forward for No Amount of Armor. So if you want to check out that game in anticipation of me arting it eventually, you should do that now. Go to legendary-vermin.itch.io and check out No Amount of Armor. That's all I've got. Everybody here has been wonderful. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to stand up and fight back. Thank you, and good night.
See you.